did protest. Do I even wear socks?
I don't know.
You tell me.
It's a good question.
Does anyone in the Forgotten Realms wear socks?
I do, because I have class. Also,
I do not,
as-
because I do not.
as a soldier walking around force marching in leather boots with no socks sounds like hell. So, yeah. Of course, I'm a dragon, so I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So we're live again, but I still, unfortunately, am unable to connect to the chat using my OBS client.
I'm connected to the chat, so
Well,
it's working for the rest of us.
That's good. I'm not going to concern myself with it too much then. You guys will just have to keep an eye on it for me.
Roscoe, who are you in the chat? I don't see you. Are you just
Oh,
connected
because I'm
outside
not typing. Yeah, I wasn't typing.
I got you.
Lazy bastard.
Mm-hmm.
That is really annoying. But anyway, I guess we can switch that to... there we go.
Right. So, according to the off the air conversations and happenings between characters, I believe Berwin had set a magical alarm on the head of the cave to let us know when we were getting company, and we were setting non-lethal traps in this area here.
I think we should set them right here, because remember we had to jump through, unless they're like really small.
Well, yeah,
This was
but
like the bottleneck where we had to like flip through.
I figured we'd set
That way,
them
once
over
they
here
land,
because the pack of the fake treasure was
the
going to
stuff
be.
was over there.
Yeah, it's where it was.
So I've got a question.
I might have
Why are the traps non-lethal?
so I can
Because we need
question whoever shows up, especially if it's the fellow that sent us here.
So why don't you guys, very quickly, the one thing that we did not do as we started the stream today was give a recap on what happened. We got a couple of viewers that are probably wondering what you guys are talking about right now.
Well,
let's
our
see.
buddy Neven. There he
Neven,
is.
you're the recapper.
Okay, so recap. Last week's adventure, or prior to Christmas adventure, found us halfway into the Knoll Cave, where we had an initial battle and some Knolls had ran away. We were there looking for the lost ring of a Vanessa who was looking for somebody who find out what happened to her husband and find the ring, who was apparently killed by Knolls. After our initial battle, some of the Knolls fled. We had went to this location up in this region and encountered some more Knolls. In that area, some of us spanned to, I'm going to call that the left, and some of us to the right, where we encountered Knolls,
That's probably
bone gnashers, or
a little bit more detail than what we need to go into. They fought the entire cave full of Knolls, probably like 30 enemies. But I'm more referring to this, like you guys are setting traps and stuff like that, like more current. You guys are, I'm assuming, expecting someone to be returning to the cave for some treasure that you found.
Yeah, like
right.
Yep, we're laying
So
low.
A little bit.
We had found a lot of treasure,
More
huh?
immediate, but I'm sorry.
Well, the reason being is because whenever we went to
It's been
loot
3
the
hours.
treasure, the Knoll started by saying, "Take what is yours and go," and Neven proceeded to shoot him in the face with Eldritch Blast. So we didn't get to question him or learn anything. We just butchered the entire cave full of Knolls.
By the way, questioning Knolls is not usually doesn't usually lead to much of anything. And
Well, I mean, probably not. But if they thought we were here because we were working with them, I mean, they could talk. Just sounds.
I was surprised. Yeah, I was just surprised. I've never heard a Knoll speak, but okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever been face to face with a roll with a
With
knoll?
a roll.
With a knoll.
Before last
Yeah, I've
roll?
seen-
all the time.
I've seen rolls, like sweet rolls.
Well,
Face to face.
Sister
with
Shoe
that.
rolls.
Ooh,
I
sweet
try and
rolls.
Stay away from rolls.
Mine's
Let me
a
guess.
different
On this
function.
gluten-free
Someone
diet.
stole your sweet roll.
Yes.
No. Who would dare?
Anyway, so traps, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and how long do we want to stay and wait and see if somebody does in fact show up to collect?
Well,
Do
here's
we
the
have to
question
stay
I
and
have.
wait? We can.
However,
our-
it takes.
Did our
It needs to be brought forward the fact that we had killed at least 10 hyenas, at least 10 gnolls, a big pack lord, and whatnot.
Oh, it's way
And
more than 10
The
gnolls.
quantity, what?
Yeah,
It was
killed
way
30
more
of
than
Yeah,
them.
like
10
30 of
gnolls.
them.
34
and the-
enemies.
The quantity and the ability of the Knoll leader to throw fireballs at us from a magic item speaks to the fact that if they were willing to give loot to somebody who is coming, like take what is yours and leave, says that the upcoming foe might be quite formidable. Because if I had that Knoll army at my back and I was evil like a Knoll, I wouldn't have passed on any gold or anything like that. I would have had the person show up and kill them. So
Even-
we might be facing something that's even bigger than 30 Knolls.
Even you brought up a great point. Where did that necklace go?
Oh, by the way,
Berwin has it.
I think Berwin took it. Berwin, did you take care of writing that down? I know I didn't give you a card for it. It has 2 beads left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just as long as we have it.
2
Yeah.
beads?
What did
So-
I tell you last week?
I don't remember.
Okay, then yes, it's 2 beads.
Then it's 2 beats. Then Neven makes a good point, but here's the thing. While we're setting these traps and waiting, we could search the surrounding countryside to see if there's any like trails or clues as to I don't know, delivery paths or whatnot.
Yeah,
Also,
I think
like
approaching this area, we had come across some ruts from a potential
Wagon.
wagon. So that
Right,
might
and
be
Which way were they
referring
going?
to.
Were they going back to town or were they going further out into the wilderness?
I think
We
maybe
don't
we should
know.
go outside and do a little searching, like you said.
Not a bad idea.
All the
At this
tripping.
point, however, you guys arranged your trip to the cave area so as to arrive fairly early in the morning.
Yeah.
You battled the gnolls, killed the entire cave's worth of gnolls, cut them all up, rummaged through everything looking for that ring. It's been the entire day. It's now well on into the dark.
Yeah, so we're not doing anything right now. But
Yeah.
did our guide ever come in with us? Did he come meet us, or did he just ass off back
No.
to town, assuming we were dead?
I think he was going to bring us somewhere else, but then whenever we found the cave, we just kind of told him that was good. We'd go there, and he was like, "I'm not going there." You know what I mean? I think whenever we first came in, this wasn't where he was supposed to bring us, but I think we left him, and I'm sure he went back to town.
Oh, is that what we were? This wasn't where he was bringing us. So we kind of just did our own thing then.
Yeah,
All
this is
right.
where he assumed the notes were. This isn't where he lost his friend.
Yeah.
Ah.
So we could maybe also look for signs of a battle or signs of camp that was disturbed.
Yeah,
we
there's
could
that.
we could continue going the way that you know what I mean. He was taking us.
Yeah. That would probably be better.
Neven, what's the range on your alarm that you set?
Oh, that wasn't me. That'd be Berwin
Oh,
that
Berwin,
did that.
Berwin did that. Sorry.
It's large enough to cover the entrance of the cave, the mouth, right
I
before
believe
these.
you
And how
This,
far away can you
terrain.
be?
A mile, I think. Yeah.
A
I
mile.
think it's a mile.
So let's start searching in the morning. We'll rest throughout the night. We need the rest and recuperation anyway. We're all pretty beat up. And in the morning we'll search out about a mile.
That'll work.
I don't know how long that alarm lasts though.
It's just an overnight thing, basically.
Ah,
So you
8
cast
Now,
hours.
before we rest,
Yeah.
can we use Roscoe's skills at carpentry and hiding stuff, as well as illusions. And originally, we were tricked by the hidden loot. We thought that it was a boulder. Can we set something up near the entrance to the cave as a kind of distraction? Maybe if somebody is coming for those items, we have that there. The alarm goes off. We're aware of it, but they're distracted, just like we were distracted by the loot.
where?
I would say
Suppose
that,
we can do that. Yeah.
yeah, I
Where
think
are you
that
proposing?
would be a necessity.
Right about here.
Here somewhere.
You think-
Yeah, it's ballpark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
so
kind of almost,
just to be
prepare for an
clear,
ambush.
what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to set up a fake loot pile even closer to the mouth of the cave.
Right where the alarm would be set,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
I would suggest that we set it farther in, because then they could just see it and leave. But if they have to cross these stalagmites, then they're like stuck with us.
Yeah, that's kind
I
of.
mean,
I
like
was
in-
thinking here because whoever was coming would expect
Now,
to find it where it was.
You guys are
Yeah.
the stalagmites that you cross through. You know that a group of 2 people wouldn't have much trouble getting those crates over those stalagmites.
Okay.
Because the bars are not all in one crate. It's not a 500-pound crate.
Mhm.
It's 5 crates of 100 pounds each. So a team of people would not have much trouble getting those crates out. It's not an impossible task.
You know,
It would be very difficult for a single person, but it's not something that would be impossible for them to do.
what? Did we ever confirm that he was dead? The husband, the person who supposedly we're avenging.
Oh no, but I mean,
We have
how
not
would
told
we?
anybody.
Because we came up on
Yeah.
this before we came up on their camp.
Exactly.
So, Corwin, are you in the voice?
Do we have a Colwyn? Is there a
He's
Colwyn?
bouncing in and out of the game.
No, he's not.
No.
He's not in chat.
I
no.
didn't hang out.
Oh, give him the new link. Yeah, make sure he's got the new link to the.
Oh yeah, you could be going to that other one.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's right.
Hangouts.
New Google Hangouts.
There we are. Anyway, so taking a rest,
I'll go
yeah.
with-
So reset health and temporary hit points and all that.
Yeah,
Sure.
I say we rest in this little area too.
And by the way, Corwin has
Over
definitely
here.
found. He's having trouble joining us, but Corwin has found bits and pieces of familiar things to him. Bits of
Ooh.
wood
So
from
these
his
knolls
wagon that
are-
are painted. Yes, yes.
Ah,
He's pretty
okay.
sure that he has, or he's positive that he has found at least, something.
Some stuff.
He's definitely on the trail. He's found some parts of the wagon. He's found some familiar bits of clothing, things like that. There's not a whole lot of additional loot in the cave, but he definitely finds scraps of cloth and such that he recognizes. So when you guys are talking about who you're here to avenge, he gets kind of huffy. He's a
Oh.
good-natured dwarf, so he's also here to avenge the husband of the woman
Yeah.
who wrote the note. But he is obviously a little more concerned about
His belongings and
Yes.
and avenging his
Yeah.
caravan.
right.
Well, no, Colwyn, there's no disrespect. We're trying to figure out what's happened, and as I said, we've not found the artifact that we were looking for you. So, of course, that's still important. So,
Yeah,
But-
otherwise not bullshit. So anyway, so you guys are taking that long rest. So you
Yeah.
can fill your hit points and spell slots and all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah, get all my points back.
He's connecting and then he's failing. He's connecting and failing.
all right. So, morning. To recast the alarm, we need to extinguish the torch, which I'm going to go ahead and do by moving out.
All right. The night is extremely quiet. You can still hear the calls of hyenas, potentially more gnolls off in the distance, but the rest of the night is uneventful. The cave
Excellent.
stinks, and you've definitely all gotten
Fleas.
small parasitic biting insects in your clothing. Sleeping inside of the cave, but that's nothing a good bath can't fix.
Not in the water right here, though.
No, no.
That's got like leftover hyena food in it, like giblets.
Yeah.
All right, so we set the trap in this area here. I'm is what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or not the trap. We set the decoy in this area.
Yeah.
That's where I'm saying.
Yeah.
Neven,
agree.
I think it was you who had the idea to set it by the cave. I like the idea, but Lucian brings up a good point that we would want them in the cave, so it would take them time.
Yeah, so let's bring it on the inside, and then we can spring a trap then.
Excellent.
Is that the
Yes. Now,
Now,
I'd say we put the
sorry.
trap under it. That way, it's like a pit, not deep enough to kill, but to wound and slow down.
Maybe trap.
now, does anybody have any abilities, either divine through God or magic, where we can hold whoever's coming rather than killing them, or can we
We can
beat them unconscious?
rig up a cage, a wooden cage, to come down on top of them and trap them when they spring the trap. It's probably dark enough for the trap to be above the.
The roof
The
of the
decoy
cave
is
is the roof of the cave is not really high enough for that.
Okay.
I have hold person, but I'd have to see them to cast it.
Well,
I mean, I think that'll work.
I did not get a snare trap from the thing, but I do have rope.
I have rope. Yeah, I have rope as well. I believe possibly survival skill to fashion some form of hunter's noose to rig up to where it catches their foot as they step in this area.
Perhaps Lucian might have survival skill.
I don't have it. I don't
Lucian
have it
is-
trained.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
built traps.
Lucian's not trained in it, but he is, he's good at being in the
Alex,
wilderness.
I think with your
Out.
ability to help people, I think that you can.
I'll assist.
I was about to say, out of character, metagaming, I have a +3 to survival just by wisdom alone.
Okay.
I suppose on our next downtime, one of us should probably learn survival. So
Yeah.
when we're out in the woods, we can feed ourselves or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nobody else has it trained. So anyway, out of character, I have the best bonus to
It's
it.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, I do
And I think that you should speak to yourself and you can give yourself confidence by
It's true. Yeah. So back in character. Yeah. So I'm not particularly trained in it, but I think I can manage it, and I will seek a little bit of divine assistance while I'm at it. And Roscoe, you said you're going to help me set this trap, yeah?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So just use my skill in survival then. Set the trap.
Okay, so one more time, very quickly, point out on the map where and what we are doing.
We are going to do a combination of a sort of decoy right here
Okay.
in this area. I think it took up 4 blocks or whatever it was. It was the pile. We're
The
resetting
crates
that
and stuff should
pile,
still be there.
and
Okay,
we're going to
so what
put
are
a
you
snare
putting-
trap attached to it.
What are you putting in the pile?
Well, it's just going to make it look like it was. Like it's going to be like,
Are you putting the crates back?
yeah, the crates and
Putting
stuff
all
like
the
that.
bars
We're
and
not
everything?
we're not putting the bars and stuff back because we don't want them to actually get anything.
Where are the bars going?
Or we could be storing them in there until we leave.
we can put 1 and 2 bars there as glittering just to draw
We
attention.
could. What we'll do is
We
we'll
had a bunch
fill
Copper.
we'll fill one
in there.
crate back up with copper and leave it partially open right there, and only barely hidden, so that whoever is coming would know. They would know to look there, and so they would see that. And when they go to get their share, I guess the trap would be set right like right up against it.
Okay.
Now, as an option, can we have a potentially backup snare right here, where if the first snare misses, I can Eldritch Blast and push them back into another snare?
Yeah, I think we can do that. That's
Yeah, let's have a
If we
If
backup.
we were to put two, I would say put the other one here, so in case they don't go this way,
well,
they go this way.
the trap is going to be set.
Like if we were to put a
into-
second.
The trap's going to be set on the loot. Like, I'm going to build it into the loot so that when they go to move the cover and like see the whatever, that it goes off if they're standing in basically these 3 spots.
Okay.
Well, that's my intention anyway. I don't know if that's what.
That's how it's gonna turn out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're going for.
So you guys are putting all of the bars back into the crates and stacking them there, or just the top layer, or none at all? Fill it with rocks.
I was
I
going
see
to
no
put.
reason why we shouldn't leave them in there.
Yeah, we can go ahead and put all.
Fill it with Knoll poop. Fill the rest of them with Knoll poop.
I say we put at least the top layer of crates full of bars again. We'll just use the copper bars.
Well, somebody make
Yeah.
a decision and let me know.
Yeah,
Wrong
one
one
crate,
also.
one crate full of the copper bars, and
Leave it open.
yeah, leave it open, and the rest, I don't know, empty or full of rocks. Either way.
And in the
Empty or
meanwhile,
full of rocks.
Empty.
Full of
There's
rocks.
no either way. Like, you got to make up.
Full
your
of
mind.
rocks.
All right.
Schrodinger's
Neven,
crate.
Neven, were you going to say something?
Berwin, I believe that you have a simple trick that you can do to conjure up sound or smell or something like that. I think it'd be good if you added a little ambiance to the cave, a sense of maybe yipping or something in the background. So when these people come, they hear and they know that there's activity in the Knoll Cave, that it doesn't seem too quiet.
I like that.
I mean, if we see anyone coming, I sure can do that, but
Yeah, let's save that for if we see someone coming. We can leave Berwin near the mouth of the cave, within view anyway, so he can see if somebody comes in. While the rest of us
Yeah,
search for-
something as simple as just the
How long-
ambient sound, like a simple cantrip that can do something like that. I think that would
We've
help.
been in this cave for a while. We're like, I'm not sure if anybody's coming. Yeah, good
All right,
timing
so-
on that.
12, 13, 14, 15, because of advantage with Roscoe helping. I'm getting the roll out the way while we figure out what all's happening.
Yeah.
So it's 15, and I'm going to add a D4 to that
Okay.
skill check.
One moment. Here, look. These white tokens. I put the black tokens out where you're putting the loot. Put the white tokens out where you're setting your traps.
Okay. Grab sort of there. And so that these are technically attached to.
So what? So you're building 3 traps?
That was my plan. My
Okay.
plan was actually to
So
build one
what-
right here
Uh-huh.
where the open box was. So they walk up and they go to get into the box, and then boom, they get
Okay,
snared.
what is the trigger? What is the trigger on your trap? What does your trap do? Describe the action to me.
We had discussed the snare.
Okay.
Yeah, snare for the leg. So it's set.
specifically. It's like a loop on the ground. Come on. Describe
Yes,
it to me.
it's
Yeah.
a loop on the ground that's hidden under sort of like dust or rock or whatever. We'll cover it to make it look like it's just rocks.
Okay.
And when they step in it, right here, it's going to be set to snare. I'm not exactly sure how those really work in real life.
A counterweight.
Yeah, usually
Big
it's some kind of
rock.
like a.
Yeah, when
Big
they
rock
go to
set
when
up
they go
on
to
a
lift the
pulley
crate
system.
open, that's what we can
When
do.
they lift that crate open, it releases. When they lift that open crate, it releases the
A stone.
counterweight.
Okay, so when they pick the crate up off the ground.
Yeah,
A stone.
Okay, so when they pick the crate up off the ground.
yeah.
Okay.
It releases the counterweight, which pulls the snare and snatches their legs, their
Okay.
feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll have to do it that
And-
way.
And what this looks like is a pile of crates with one of them open, displaying copper bars.
Yeah,
Right.
Is that what you're doing? Like you're making like a presentation out of it?
yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to put a couple of my gold
Okay.
bars on top of it too to kind of entice.
Okay, so you're
Just make it
tossing
look-
some gold in there. Give me
Yeah.
whatever gold you're putting in it.
Okay. Just gonna throw. Do we put all the new bars in the party pack? Is that what? The party chest?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
look.
Didn't we split them up? We split up everything but the copper bars, I
I think
thought.
so.
There's silver bars and there's 14 gold bars in there. Let's put 2 of those.
All right, just
Where are all
open
the
it.
copper bars?
All right, so that's 14 gold bars. Oh, I was gonna put
We
just
got rid of here. I'll put them back down. We got rid of all those copper bars because they were slowing down the table so much, and Berwin just wrote down the total.
oh, it's 3 bars.
Okay, that's
3
true.
gold bars. Okay,
That's 3. What are we doing here?
we'll put 3 gold bars in that crate
Okay.
just to make it look like it's not just all copper, just so it's a little bit more enticing.
Okay, with the top open. And what's happening to the rest of the gold of the copper bars?
I
Where are they
don't
going?
know. I think
Gotta
we.
account for all of this stuff. Tell me what's going on.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
will take my share and put them in my backpack, which is I can carry 51 of them.
Almost 100 pounds is your share.
Well, 51 pounds is what I carry, so each one weighs a pound, so I get 51 of them.
Right now, I think what we've got is all the gear that we're not using specifically, and all the copper. We can just leave it all right there. Actually,
Yeah, whatever,
I mean-
whatever we can't carry, because we're carrying.
we're
a
just
lot
gonna spend
already.
like a day or two setting this trap and waiting to see if anybody falls for it while we look for other clues. And then if nobody shows, then we'll just take and we'll build carts to go back into town and start over, basically. So we might as well have it all off of our person, so we're not having to worry about carrying logistics at the moment.
Okay.
I would like to have my 50 copper bars.
Okay.
To be the stick in the mud. But
That's fine. I think the armors and weapons and stuff that we're not carrying, we can just kind of leave piled up behind there, so they're not quite so obvious.
And you got the whole cave at your disposal at this point.
Yeah.
Where are
I
you
mean,
guys
yeah.
gonna hide? After, let's pretend.
Alright.
I mean, like you guys are giving me a partial plan. I like it. But we gotta get all the way there. So let's pretend
Yeah.
the trap is already set. Where are you
Okay.
gonna hide? Put your minis where you would hide after the trap is set, like because you really have no idea how long you're gonna be sitting here waiting. So like, you know, how long are you gonna stand there and peek around the corner? That room, Andrew, is particularly filthy. That's
I'm
where
leaving,
those hyenas were
Pada
living. It's full
and,
of like bones and rot. It's particularly disgusting in that area.
I'm leaving Pada in there because if anyone comes in, my alarm will trigger before they enter this area, and then I'll use my vision through my familiar to,
Okay, so he's
Get
gonna
a
be
view.
hiding among those stalagmites.
Nice.
well, where the hyenas were. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have the mini.
Yeah, I see him there. He's hiding among those like stalagmites that are in that
Yeah.
mouth.
In
of
the little
that
room.
chamber. Yeah.
Hanging out, taking a little bath in that nasty pool.
Okay. So everyone else
Since
is kind of
we're
hiding
pla-
here. Andrew, you're kind of in
Obvious.
plain sight.
No, I want to answer your question first.
Mhm.
Since we are planning out this hiding and whatnot, and we can see each other and how we're planning, can we do stealth checks at advantage?
No.
Also,
Well, I mean,
meant to
we're
bring
just
it
gonna be
up.
holding still. So once
Berwin,
you
did
get
you
set.
still have that like liquid that you caught on fire that you doused the troll in?
I have
That was oil.
a couple of oils. Yeah.
I think it would be pretty beneficial to maybe even stash it here, or maybe even like here, so that once the battle comes, someone could like throw it. Or no, I guess it would still take the same thing. I was worried about you
Yeah.
guys being able to see once stuff started happening. by lighting it. But it would probably
the
take just
Oh, it can
oil
see
dries after 1 minute, so I'd have
okay.
to.
So it wouldn't work that way.
Yeah.
I got you.
So
All
I
right.
mean, we can set a couple of torches.
So
I have a
another
torch
issue
that I
that you
can
guys
light
have
and
there
throw,
that Alf just
but-
reminded me of is that Berwin, you are in absolute, utter, complete darkness back there.
I mean, I have a torch on me. I have a lantern.
Okay. But that light is going to come around through. So you're going to stand back there with the torch around the corner?
I mean, I was setting up a little camp back here,
Ah, gotcha.
you know,
Okay.
so it's not as obvious to anyone in this area that there's anything going on, but you know,
Okay,
enough that
yeah.
it'd be visible.
Okay.
Set a couple torches about where he's standing, so there's enough ambient light in this area back here.
Well,
But
those
no
torches
light
are
up here.
definitely going to be visible from the front.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they know there are gnolls here, so as long as they can't see us, I guess that makes
Do you plan on frontline fighting, or do you want me to be there, Al?
Oh no, you're gonna go ahead of me. I'm just kind
All
of
right, so maybe-
I actually suggest everyone that he can't see in the dark, which is you three, to be kind of more near where Berwin is.
Can't see
Just
in the
because
dark?
you can't, yeah, because you guys couldn't see there anyway. You know what I mean?
I mean, true, but
And this way, like y'all could be somewhere where like you're comfortable. You know what I mean? Because you can have a light way back there.
okay. Yeah, I'll
All
stay right
so
here, so I'm
Lucian
still
and
fairly
Neven
close.
are going to hang out right here in this little split area. Right?
Antechamber.
Yeah, there you go. And everybody else is going to go back off around the corner. Roscoe, you stay in there in the middle, in the dark. You can't
Yeah.
really see anything where you're at anyway, but you're sitting next to Lucian, so
Yeah.
kind of in the
I
dark.
was
but you're-
kind of hiding behind this stalagmite
Yeah, I see that.
deal. Yeah.
So where you guys
I'm
are at, you
small
can
enough.
see a little bit of light coming in. So your dim light kind of ends right around here-ish. So those of you with dark vision, it's mostly just sort of black and white.
So before we get everything all set up, I'm guessing Berwin goes to the front of the cave and sets the alarm, and then works his way back there for the day.
Yeah. I don't know how many days they're going to be in here, but that's pretty much the routine. Before night, I'll set the alarm. I'll set it in the morning, and
So that's another thing we need to
and
figure out how
if
long
we
we're
are
planning
still
to stay.
here 8 hours
As-
later, I will set it again. But I don't, if we're out exploring or anything, then I won't be able to do that because
I mean, we were talking about building a wagon. If we just want to get the rest of this loot out here, we'll go to the town and buy a wagon. Or
Corwin,
something.
are you finally connected? I see his icon down there in the chat or in the voice channel.
I don't
I
hear
see
it.
him too.
What we could do is Roscoe and I could take most of the crates, just for like replace them with rocks, leave like the one that's open because they're covered with the thing anyway, and then begin
Yeah.
making a wagon. And just however long it takes us to make it, we could probably spend like that much time plus maybe like, you know what I mean, a little bit if we get it done quick, just to see.
Maybe-
That way we're not just sitting here while we're.
Be a couple
You know what I
days
mean?
probably. I'd say like I don't know how long it would take to build a wagon.
Yeah.
While the fellows are discussing this, I make note that unless we are trying to be a little more conspicuous, I do have the spell Tensor's Floating Disc.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the haul things? How much would it haul?
500
How
pounds,
long-
conveniently.
Oh yeah.
How long
Nice.
does it last?
It's an hour, but it's a ritual, so we just have to stop every once in a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's much more convenient.
Yeah. So
Well,
we're,
in that case,
taking.
I don't care how long we stay here. I'm gonna just start painting a mural on this wall of us killing all these gnolls while we, to kill time.
Okay. All right. that's
In
cool.
Null Blood,
Yes, exactly. In no blood, and then in like, I don't know, like rotting.
I'll assist you.
All
I'll
right.
assist
So
you.
Alf, you're over here
Like,
setting this trap up, right?
I was, yes.
Okay. Did you give me some rolls?
I did. We had 17 total.
Did you add a D4?
I did add the D4.
Nice.
Hey, Green, how are you? All right. Just remember that roll. Remember that roll for me, please.
Okay.
So we've got So let's recap this very quickly because there's a lot going on and we've been round and round and round with all this. I'm just gonna propose what I think is happening and correct me if I'm wrong. So these black tokens, you're resetting the crates where they were, pretty much, when you came in. You're closing all of them full of rocks, I think.
Yeah.
Except for one that's mostly full of rocks, but it has a layer of copper bars across the top.
And a couple gold.
And a couple of gold bars, yeah. That crate is open so that it's visible from the mouth of the cave.
Or whenever you get close enough, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not fully open, so they'd still have to lift the lid, which is
how can you
rigged.
see it if you still have to lift the lid? Because you guys told me
Because it's
that
like halfway
the
open.
trap, but you told me that the trap was linked to when they lifted the crate itself.
Yeah.
That's what you
Okay,
told
and
me a
that's what it
minute
is.
ago,
All right,
so
all right. Then that's what it is.
that's why we're doing this.
Okay.
All right.
That's my bad.
So the lid is on the crate. It's off the crate.
It's
Off.
It's off the crate.
Okay.
All right. And the crate and the trap, the white pebble, is where you have a snare trap set up, which is a loop on the ground to incapacitate
Yes.
the person, or at least trip.
And it's set
the
to
person
where
who actually lifts the crate off of the ground.
yes.
Okay.
There's also an alarm spell set in the beginning of the cave, so we should know when someone's coming in.
Yeah,
Yep.
that Berwyn resets each time
Every
it
8 hours.
expires.
Okay, and that alarm spell pretty much covers the entirety. What's the range?
It's a
of it?
20-foot cube, so yeah, pretty much the entirety of the opening area before the stalactites.
Yeah, so if you put it like
It's
right
done
here,
like here.
5, 10,
Stalagmites,
15,
whatever.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. And you guys are going weight off over here by Burr.
yeah. We didn't find the ring at all in any of these corpses. Okay.
No.
So
So we lost Corwin in the voice again, it looks like. He is messaging me on Discord. He's on, but the mic's not sending. He's going to reboot. Okay, and we're all just pretty much waiting inside of the cave, right?
Yeah,
That's
we're gonna do a. Well, I think didn't you guys say you guys were gonna start building a wagon? But like you have to be out that. That's not really.
No,
we
Just
decided
as,
against that because Berwyn can use the
sensors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Alth spends, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours the following day setting up the snare trap and loading the crates full of rocks and et cetera, et cetera. Who's helping him do that? Didn't he roll with advantage? Who helped?
I did.
That was
Yeah.
Roscoe.
Okay, so Roscoe and Alf
Yeah.
spend about half the day doing that. What are the rest of you doing while they do that?
I am painting my cave mural.
Okay, Berwyn?
I
I
don't
know
know.
once they're done, you're all going to go pretty much hide out and just wait inside of the cave, right? But what are you doing in the time that it takes him to set up the trap?
Just kind of wandering around the cave, checking little details out, detecting magic, that we may have missed.
Okay. Did I miss anybody?
Even as relaxing.
Even
He is thinking about the cave entrance and the painting that he's going to do of it. He's planning out his painting.
Okay.
Watching Lucian's six figures take place. And
what? Lucian's an awesome painter. Thank you very much.
yeah, well, Neven's throwing some shade at Lucian.
Okay. So
He might even show him a thing or two.
Let's have a paint off. You paint a mural on the other side, and we'll see which one's better.
All right, game on.
All right. So the rest of that day passes. Night falls. And there's no activity in the cave. I'm assuming you hauled the dead gnolls
Yeah.
out of that room too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nah,
Sure, we
leaving
put
those
it all
suckers
away
there.
in the back.
Yeah, I guess that took a while.
Although, did any of us explore outside, like we said earlier, within the vicinity
Nope,
of like a
y'all
mile?
No.
completely wasted the entire time that Alf and Roscoe spent building the trap.
All right.
By painting and lazing around the cave while you allowed them to do work. However, it's nighttime again
2.
now, so you could go out there at night again, but now you've got the same problem you had last night where it's dark.
Yeah.
But you can go
I
out there
can't
and
see
look if
shit,
you'd like.
but I got a torch, so I can light my torch.
We also need to make sure we rest in shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if Berwin's trap is expired, I'll go ahead and go outside and scout
Well, I
around,
can
but-
set it to not set off for certain people.
Oh, okay.
so it's
yeah,
not an
well, I'll
issue.
go out outside and
you're gonna
scope
go
around.
out
Does
while it's
anybody want to
nighttime?
come with me?
Yeah, I'm going with Roscoe.
All right, so Roscoe gets a little bit of determination in his voice and declares that he's going to go outside and
I'll
get some
just get
fresh air
bored.
because it fucking stinks in here.
Yeah.
He lights
hey
up
guys,
his torch
might be-
and stomps off. What's up?
Neven says you guys might be ruining an ambush, but go ahead.
Well, then y'all come with us.
Yeah, then how
There's
about
not much of
Roscoe
an
stay
ambush.
here
No one's in
yeah,
here to
okay.
ambush.
and me and Neven
Yeah.
go because we can see
All
the
right,
dark.
let.
Come on, Neven.
I'm going out though. Let
He's not going.
So Roscoe, you step out of the cave into the night air, and it's actually kind of cool outside. We haven't really discussed the climate of the area that you guys are at, but it's kind of like the Great Lakes area. It's cold generally.
Okay.
The night air is nice and crisp, and crickets, much better than in that cave. You and Lucian are out there. Somebody give me an investigation roll, I guess, with advantage since you're both working to the same ends.
You got that.
all right.
That didn't look like a very good roll to me.
No, it didn't. It just
Yeah.
like
No, that like
dropped
lagged.
down. Yeah,
Roll them again. That's fine.
that's
Is that even worse?
no,
but
it's the exact same thing.
yeah.
Okay,
it's-
well, I guess it was meant to be. I mean, you
So,
you find the
seeing,
same thing
yeah.
that you found before. There are some old tracks from a wagon. Given the new information that you've gleaned from inside of the cave, it looks like at some point a wagon was backed up to this cave.
Yeah.
But the trail doesn't really go anywhere. It's just kind of ruts where maybe it was raining and the wheels sunk a little bit.
Yeah.
like where it was like
Okay.
stuck, like where it
Yeah.
sat for a while.
Yeah, where it sat for a little while. Maybe some weight was stacked onto it. A lot of possibilities. But you definitely, again, you noticed this rut the other day, but putting together the clues that you found so far, it definitely looks as though a wagon has been pulled up.
Unloaded
Or
those boxes
backed up.
or
Mhm.
unload those crates is what I'm thinking. Lucian, why don't you give it an investigate? Why don't you give it a scope out? Why don't you look at it? So,
That's
Well,
it.
your advantage
Oh.
investigation roll was the
oh yeah,
Plus
combination
my
of
help.
both of you, so,
yeah.
Hmm.
Do you see any tracks or anything around that?
That's what I was gonna say. Should we go back out? Because remember we had seen a couple more wagon trails, at least one. I remember in the foothills. I just suggest we keep going out and seeing if we can't find another one.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Somebody
let's-
give me an advantage perception roll if you guys are helping one another.
You helping me, Roscoe?
Yeah.
Bam.
Boom.
There we go.
19. Okay,
19 plus
you-
7.
You notice some of the scrubby little bushes. One of them looks like it was maybe run over. It's kind of crushed on one side.
Yeah.
Like maybe it was caught in some wagon spokes or something like that. There's definitely been some activity some sort of land vehicle that's been to this cave at some point in the near past.
Can I continue to follow the trail?
It's not really a trail. It's just.
Well, I mean, taking like point A, like the first one we found, to like the
Oh
second
yeah, no,
one.
it definitely
You know what I
leads
mean?
back off towards the road.
Oh, that's true. We came around a road.
Yeah, it definitely leads back towards the main road that goes between Flan and Zentil Keep.
Okay.
So if you continued going from point A to point B and you kept going in that direction, you would meet up with the road.
I just end up on the road,
Yeah.
yeah. And then there's no telling which way.
And that there's too many wagons going down that road.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Bye, Russ. I say we just go back, maybe wait for one more day. If not, we can continue going in the way our guide was bringing us,
Now, Lucian,
and maybe
don't-
look for their old camp.
Don't forget you got that mask, man.
I know, bro. I got the mask on. That's why I was so good at perception.
Yeah, but that mask gives you that eagle eye, man.
Well, yeah, but
Anyway.
like,
Anyway,
can I see anything? I mean, what you mean?
What-
Like,
what are your
I'd
evil
always
eyes?
see it.
No, not currently. I'm just saying that you're a.
It's on. You know what I mean?
At
Like,
the risk of like overstepping my DM bounds, you have you're kind of more useful as an exterior scout than you are
oh, I guess that's true, huh?
interior in the cave. You know, I mean, I know you have dark vision, so it's really up to you.
Yeah.
I guess either one is useful. But
yeah,
okay,
I'm
so
not
you guys are
really
going back
keen
inside?
on going back in the cave. Let's say we kind of
Roscoe,
look for a place to hide outside.
if we stay out here, though, dog, you gotta put that torch out.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Just.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put the torch out. and
By Morden's beard, can you hear
find a
me?
place
Yes.
to hide.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh,
Strong and powerful dwarven
greetings,
voice.
friends.
Good job. Okay, so Corwin, what they have done so far is they've set up a trap for whoever is for the beings that they expect to be coming back for the loot that you guys found in the Knoll Cave.
Okay.
And they've set up
Split up the party.
some foot snares around the boxes. They filled 4 of the crates with rocks. Filled one with rocks with the bars on top, left it open. They put a trap around the outside, and now Lucian and Roscoe have decided to step outside of the cave and inspect the wagon trails that you had found on your way in.
I hope they're doing it stealthily.
They are
Yes.
indeed, and they
Oh,
have
excellent.
also decided not to come back into the cave. I guess you guys are you going to camp outside overnight?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
there
gonna
you
camp
go, Fontaine.
outside close enough to the road to see what wagons are coming down
Oh,
the road.
the road is
Road's a
a
ways
half
away,
a day's
huh?
travel. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wanted to
If I remember correctly, we came down like a hillside to get into the mouth of this cave. I'd say we camp like somewhere kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
If not on the ridge, if the ridge is too far away.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's also an area up above the cave. I mean, the cave is kind of in like a rocky sort of, not really a
Yeah.
cliffside, but you know,
Let's do that
it's
then.
set
Let's
into
go
like
up
this big
above the
rock
cave.
face. So you could hide up at the top as well. Out in the grasslands would also be an option, or up on top of the hill.
Let's do it on top of the cave. I like. It
Yeah.
sounds cool.
All right, you
If
guys.
someone comes though to the cave, shouldn't we be inside when they're here?
Well, we'll be able to follow them in
Like them. Yeah. They'll be like a pincer attack.
because we have the trap set up for one person. What if it's more than one person?
I think maybe we should split. Have some people camped in the cave and some camped out, so we have 2 different
Yeah,
vantage
that's-
points.
I think
Kinda
that's a
what we're
great
doing.
idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the other two, Berwin, the rest of you are sitting inside of the cave for the night, and the others have not come back yet. They're still, Berwin and Roscoe are still outside of the cave. It sounds like you're also getting cabin fever inside of this cave. Are you going?
Yeah, well, it smelled bad.
I've got it
Oh.
too!
That's not a problem for me. I just wave my hand underneath my nose, and it's like, you know,
Okay, so are you
Perfume.
instead recommending that someone else go outside to check on the others?
Not me.
I'm only asking because you seemed a second ago as though you felt like somebody else should go outside with him.
You talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think myself camping out in the cave would be the best since I set up the alarm and everything and having to refresh it. So I
Okay,
think I
based on
should
what you said a
maintain
moment
here.
ago, are you recommending that someone else go outside to... I'm trying to get you guys to plan this with a little bit more
Yeah.
role playing and a little bit less metagame and talking through the cave wall.
I think he was just agreeing that it was a good idea that me and Roscoe stayed outside.
Right, but he's inside the cave by himself, so I'm assuming that he's presenting that idea to the others in some
Oh,
fashion.
okay.
Yes,
Berwin, it's
sorry.
it's been a bit. It's what has it been? Almost. It's been roughly a day, yeah, since Roscoe and Lucian left the cave. At
Alf, it's been a couple hours. It's like the
Oh,
evening.
hours, okay.
Yeah, they've been
Evening.
outside for a few
Yeah,
hours.
I'm not
I thought it was like a whole
Lucian,
day.
No.
Lucian, can Padair run a message back and forth? Do you have a piece of paper that you can either write on it, or do you have some sort of words that you could whisper and speak through your familiar?
That's
I'm gonna go
actually
ahead.
a pretty brilliant idea. I would
I'm gonna go ahead and move you to there.
because
So
Berwin
while
can
we're
see
having a
through his
conversation.
eyes. So
Okay,
Berwin
this
can
is
technically
something
be in two places at once, I think.
This is something I did need to ask you. I think we talked
Yep.
about this before. That only applies within within 100 feet of normal familiars, and I think that's what we agreed on. But technically, the variant Gazer has a mile, but I think you said we're going to stick with the
Let's
homebrew
just
book
say
and
that
just
if you
do
want to
100
send him
feet.
outside for now, we'll deal with the numerical stuff later. But if you want to
Okay.
send him outside with the others, that's fine. It's not that far.
Okay. Yeah,
Up
sure.
to-
yeah.
I mean, it's up to you,
He'll go with
obviously,
them.
because it's your valuable familiar. But it would work that far. Sure.
Yeah, if I can maintain that connection, then yes, I will have him go with him. And
Okay.
I'll stand here.
So, you guys are outside, hiding out
Nice.
on top of the cave.
Even goes back to where
I'm
you
And the little beholder that is always floating around, the little gazer that's always floating around, Berwin comes out and kind of, you can tell it's trying to be quiet, but every now and then it kind of goes. Yeah, like that, something.
Oh my goodness.
But you can tell that Berwin is viewing you through its eyes. You feel-
Roscoe, do you
feel
think it'd be
watched.
any more quiet if we fed it something?
I don't know about feeding it or anything, but I'm gonna eat a ration. I'm opening a ration and eating it. I couldn't eat in that cave. It smelled terrible.
What are you talking about? It didn't smell that bad.
Oh yeah, you're from that Shadowfell,
Berwin, while we wait, you want to play dice?
bro.
Sure.
Just gonna-
Also,
well,
as soon as Roscoe opens that ration, Pada dives straight for it, takes a bite, tries to take a bite out of it.
I'm gonna swat him. Get the fuck off my food. My backpack, get it.
All right.
Lucian's gonna open up his backpack and show Pada that he's got some fresh vegetables inside of it.
fresh.
Brad turns his
Yeah.
non-existent nose
Oh.
up. He growls at you.
Don't want that fresh
He definitely
anymore.
wants Roscoe's food.
It's true. They're definitely not fresh anymore. They were fresh like a week ago.
Yeah.
He
But it's
he
okay. I don't mind.
And he says in a very, very simple and kind of almost in what's the word I'm looking for? Like you can barely tell what he's saying, but he's kind of like bird, bird, bird.
I think he wants you to feed him, Lucian.
I think he wants you to feed him. He likes your food better for some
Do you
reason.
still have that troll meat?
No.
Brings some
Oh,
I-
troll meat from Leaf's Tavern. Yeah.
I have it.
Oh.
yeah.
Because I made a little lunch kit for
Alright.
to feed him some.
Go away. Go
So
ask.
a very pensive night passes with those of you hiding outside, and Pida and the rest of you inside of the smelly old cave, and the sun starts to come up again.
Hey, throughout the night, did I notice any like campfires in the distance, and into the morning, like any like smoke from like you know what I mean, like the morning fires being snuffed out?
No.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make sure I'm well hidden, so I will go ahead and, I guess, roll
Okay,
stealth.
all three of you who are up outside roll stealth rolls.
All right.
And just hold on to the numbers.
Ooh!
All right.
Get out of here.
I didn't
Actually,
do it.
Tell me your numbers.
Oh,
What'd you guys
huh.
27.
21.
do? Okay. And for the gazer?
Oh,
Padar's flying around in the air, doing backflips.
Stealthily.
Yeah. I was gonna say like
Stealthy backflips.
10 plus 5, 15.
Okay. All right. So the sun starts to come up, and you guys kind of wake up, and the crickets are still chirping. There's like a low fog on the ground, and Lucian, you don't really need to roll a perception check. You see at a great distance. What distance does your mask specifically let you see to? I think I gave you a card for it. What's the distance?
you did. I don't think it says specifically.
All it says
No, it just
extremely
says-
distant creatures and objects.
Okay. Well, coming up
Yeah.
over the hill, from the same direction that you guys came from. Excuse me.
Salud.
Is
Get him out.
Hello.
is a wagon that's being
shit.
pulled by a team of mules, or pair of mules. It's
Load
kind
my
of rickety
crossbow.
looking, and you can see at least two figures riding on it. It's a little far, with the angle of the sun in the sky, you can't really get a good look at them from where you're at, but you definitely see a vehicle on the horizon.
I'm gonna shake Roscoe weight, be like, "Hey man, there's a wagon coming," and then I'm gonna like slap Padare in the face so he's looking at me, and then like the number 2, because I don't know if Berwin can hear me or not, but he can see.
I'm awake, Lucian, you jackass.
I
Stop
believe
it.
both senses, yes.
I thought you dozed off again.
Berwin, are you spying on him at this point?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's nothing going on in the cave.
All right, so you see, there's like, your vision through its eyes is like fucking weird, right? Because you have like 5 eyeballs that you're seeing from, and they're all at like this massive like fish eye kind of shape. So like you see like 2 giant fingers like like that.
Just like that?
Yeah.
Just like that.
It's Lucian's face, but his hands are so huge because of the,
Yeah, because the thing's like this big.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Somebody
just
say
hunker
something.
down.
Come on.
Okay.
Let's say
Just
what's
I invited
hunker
you guys
down
here to
and,
play D&D, not listen
Right.
to
Yeah.
So I'm loading my crossbow, getting ready to like telling Lucian to calm the fuck down.
That's
Okay.
it. And I'm gonna have my
Roscoe,
longbow
Because
out.
we gotta
Nah, go ahead.
we wanted to wait until the wagon till these
Comes in
guys
there, at
start
least.
coming into the cave before
Yeah.
we follow them in.
So you're biding your time. You're just watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the wagon is a little bit further out than what you're capable of seeing. Apparently, Lucian has got some sort of superhuman vision
Yeah.
going on.
Okay.
So you can't really see it yet, but you are definitely
No,
prepped. You guys are taking what I assume would be, prone, full cover behind a rock.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just kinda
Above the
watching.
cave, we found a little crevice to hide behind where the wind didn't get in us.
Okay, those of you on the inside, Berwin, you see through Pidare's eyes. Or everyone else sees. Berwin is like meditating. He's got his eyes closed, or maybe that 1,000-yard stare.
Righteous.
And Berwin,
Oh,
you
I'm
see,
definitely doing the wizard
Lucian
thing.
doing the number 2. Or not, you don't see Lucian doing the number 2. What the hell is that noise?
think it's
You don't
the-
see Lucian doing a number 2. That's wrong. That's not what I meant to say. But you see
No.
Lucian doing this, indicating number 2 through Pidare's eyes.
He lets out a garbled stop.
Lucian grabs Pader and like just hides him behind a rock with him.
Pader, go back inside.
He goes in for a little nibble on his finger.
Yeah.
All right, so is Spader
We should-
staying outside of the cave, or is he coming back in with you, Berwin?
He's gonna stay with them.
else? Are you telling anyone else inside of the cave you're still in the Shrance? No one else knows anything is happening.
Yeah, I mean, I'm relaying the important details, which are that, you know, we see some people.
Okay.
Be wary, they might be coming in here.
All right.
Can't Pader see like really well too?
I don't know.
He
That
has
would
dark
be
vision,
Berwin.
and he has +4 to perception, if we're talking about stats.
Not bad, but he
Okay.
can't see like
He
Yeah.
doesn't have...
He
yeah.
only knows what Lucian's telling him he
Yeah.
can't see.
He doesn't know
Pretty much.
shit. It's just
No.
Berwin's on the other side. He's like a walkie-talkie, basically.
He just, Pader just got slapped in the face, and I got shaken, and Lucian's like, "Hey, they're coming! They're coming!"
Yeah.
Shit's going
All right,
down,
dude,
guys.
chill out,
Solution,
bro.
over the course of about a half an hour, the wagon gets larger and larger on the distance, and the two figures that you can see are again, you don't have a whole lot of detail, but they do appear to be humans, are human-sized, maybe elves, potentially half orcs. It's
Gnolls?
definitely coming closer. They're not gnolls. Gnolls are
Okay, they're not that
7,
big.
8 feet tall. No way.
Yeah.
They are definitely coming towards the cave in this direction, and that is the update over the course of I don't know, about an hour. Roscoe, they start
Roscoe
to
could-
appear right on the
Yeah.
edge of the horizon for you. You can start to see them. You estimate another hour or two.
Jesus Christ, that's what you shook me for? That was like half an hour ago, asshole.
I don't know how fast they're going. All right. Like me and you could run from here to there in like no time
Yeah,
flat.
yeah.
All right.
Okay. But
All right.
calm down. Let's
These
wait
horses
until
they have
go
are
in.
dumb. You know, if they had better horses.
Yeah. Pader, we don't want to spook the horses. Calm down.
Yeah. I would say just go fly around and be like a natural familiar, but there's nothing natural about you, Pader.
No. And
It
it's
just
still
flatters.
light enough outside for them to be
I,
able to see him if he was flying around and stuff.
I
Yeah.
tell him telepathically, calm down. I'll give you a troll bite when you get back.
Okay, give me a roll a persuasion check.
Yeah. No, this,
Corwin, I think you should.
Great
maybe hide
familiar.
on the wall.
Pader is,
The best familiar.
is a willful familiar, to say the least.
Oh,
For
and
real.
a 6.
Oh
Corwin,
shit!
I just-
Pader's like, fuck you.
I want my bite now.
He's not really making a whole lot of effort to be stealthy, but he's not making a whole lot of noise either.
Pader, if you don't calm down, I'm throwing you in the sack.
yeah, I was about to say I'm gonna put you in my backpack, Pader, if you don't freaking
So
you'll
hold
blow
on.
this,
Let me,
man.
He's like a little like a pissed off little chihuahua. He's just like going back and forth and just like grumbling to himself.
That's it.
Okay, so over the course of about another hour or two, boy, that's distracting.
Appropriately, right?
So over the course of about an hour or two, the wagon eventually makes its way slowly up to the cave, and you see the driver is a young, looks like a young human male. He looks like he's probably in his late teens to early 20s. The passenger is another human male, maybe a bit younger than that. They're kind of wearing
kids.
Tattered clothing. They don't look particularly well nourished. They're dirty, and they kind of pull up this wagon. The wagon is in better shape than what you would expect given their appearance, but it's not a particularly nice wagon either.
Roscoe, are these some friends of yours?
I have no idea who these.
They look like your kind of people.
The wagon
Dude,
itself
these are
has
kids.
got the wagon itself has got a mass of blankets or like burlap in it. Otherwise, it's empty. It's got like a big pile of cloth. They pull the wagon off to the side and they begin the process of reversing it up to the cave entrance as best they can. It's being pulled by 2 mules. They don't even have horses. There's 2 mules that they're kind of fighting them to get them to kind of trot or walk backwards to back the wagon up to the cave. And they're kind of talking to one another, but they're not speaking very loud, and you're a fair distance away, so it's hard to make out what they're saying.
Is there anything in the back of the wagon other than the blankets that you described?
No, it's
As they back it up?
just like a pile of cloth. Give me an insight.
Yeah. Okay. I'm lagging. Give me a second.
That's a 16 on the dice. If that's the one you rolled.
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good enough. Roscoe, you know, it's easy
I
enough to
figure-
surmise that that's there to cover whatever
Yeah.
cargo they might have in the back of it.
They're here to haul out the. I figure they're here to haul out the treasure. Is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Either that or they're bringing something else in, and it looks like that's just burlap in the back. So
It
that's
very
just to
much
cover
looks
it.
like a formless pile of burlap. Yeah, just
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's concealing anything at the time being. So they're kind of chatting between one another, and their voices are kind of low, and they're backing up to the cave entrance. And I have got to go use the restroom. So we're gonna take a quick 1-minute commercial break. This will prevent Twitch from interrupting us at random later. And let's all
Nice.
take a couple of
Hey,
minutes.
Berwin, just remember prestidigitation to get the ambiance of the cave, you know?
Hey, Lucian, if we do this right, we can catch those kids and find out who put them up to this, and we can actually keep the donkeys
And the cart.
and the wagon.
And the
Roscoe
cart.
loves
I know.
donkeys. All right, we're gonna go to.
I love
men's
donkeys
donkeys
awesome.
too. Donkeys are awesome.
Oh,
Be right back.
Be right back then.
Donkeys are awesome. They wouldn't let me bring my donkey along. That's what the deal is. My donkey had pack saddles. We could have been gone with all this loot, been happy.
That would have been great.
Now we got 2 donkeys and a wagon.
Which is even better.
Yeah. Oh, you might want to get back in the cave a little bit, Corwin, because right here is where we have the traps, the trap set.
Gotcha.
So yeah, up in this area somewhere. Yeah. But we got a couple of kids coming in.
Yeah, man, you should just go down there and sap both of them, drag the cart and donkeys deep into the cave, and we can interrogate them.
Well, we went through all the trouble setting the trap up. Might as well. I want to see them set the trap off at least or something. I don't know.
It's a non-lethal trap?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Cool.
But there's 2 of them and there's only 1 trap, so we're going to have to come in behind them anyway. Or
was
if
thinking about
one
that,
goes
Roscoe.
in, and yeah, I don't know.
You think one of us should stay out here and make sure the donkeys don't take off?
Ride that donkey.
Yeah,
I suggest bringing the donkeys and cart into the cave as deep as you can.
I don't think.
I think that's what they're doing. They're backing up to
backing
like
it
the
up.
cave entrance, and then they can't get past the stalagmites.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I see. If we unhitch the donkeys, could they be led in deeper into the cave?
I
Maybe, but I think that's taking a little bit too much time. This is all gonna have to happen pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, all right.
I think we can get the just as easily get the loot out to the wagon, like
Yeah,
they were
let's get the
planning on
wagon in.
doing. That's what they're planning on doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. That's a good plan.
Yeah.
Is that Corwin?
Yeah.
Oh, your voice sounds a lot different.
Yeah, Dave, you sound like you're kind of congested over there, man. You feeling all right?
No, I'm fine. I just did a 6-hour snow shift, so
No, your voice does sound different than usual.
I think
Probably
just
a
that we
little-
can understand what he's saying.
Yeah, there it is. It's
Yeah.
probably that my mic is clear and I'm not all garbled. Hey, what's up,
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I imagine
beautiful,
we're probably
clear
back
voice.
from commercial break now.
Yeah, I would think.
I would assume.
I wouldn't know.
All right. So, you guys are staying up over the cave while they.
I'm gonna hold what's his name? The little familiar
But
up.
there,
Padair up so he can see, but he's still
so that
concealed.
Berwin can also see.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the two young men back the empty wagon up to the cave entrance, and they both dismount from the wagon, and they're sort of at an angle at this point for the three of you who are up top to where you can't really see them anymore.
Okay.
You can see the mules and you can see the yokes that connect them to the wagon, but the wagon is sort of out of your view at this point, as well as the two drivers.
Okay.
all right. I'm gonna tell hey Roscoe, why don't you climb on my back and I'll just walk down the face of the cliff and we'll see if we can't see him. Since I don't have to climb.
I'm pretty acrobatic and stealthy too. I can just climb down either way.
You're
But
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try and climb down, but I can just walk. You know what I mean?
moving
Yeah,
about,
Lucian
Berwin.
does
Is
have
that
a
something
climb
going on?
No, just getting
All
into
right.
position over here.
Berwin, are you out of your trance? Are you telling them that someone is entering the cave, or because no one else has any idea inside the cave what's going on aside from you?
Have they entered into the cave, or they're just still at the front?
You can't hear them yet.
They're, like,
but
right
you can
now.
see through
You know what?
You could see through
yeah.
Padair's eyes that they had finally successfully convinced the mules to back up to the cave, to the mouth of the cave, and they have dismounted and gone outside of Padair's view.
Yes. So I come out and I, whisper, "They're at the entrance. Everyone, get ready."
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna put my hand to this wall that's on my right, and I'm going to follow the curvature of it. I've spent enough time in here by now. I ought to kind of have a rough estimate. And because it's so dark, I'm gonna move ridiculously slow. Like,
I'm assuming,
Ridiculously
you
slow.
and Berwin are completely and utterly blind back there once the
Right.
torch goes out.
so I'm gonna move like maybe a third speed, so that I don't have to worry about making a lot of noise, and I'm keeping my hand on the wall. So it really just put me like right here.
Okay. All right, so you're coming back into this little room.
Yeah, right here. So I'm up against the wall, barely touching anything.
So, Neven and Corwin, give me perception checks, please.
Very good.
Oh, thank you, Green. Sorry about that.
A 8.
I rolled a 14 plus.
Better than Neven.
What is that? Oh no, my eyes are so bad. 16
Perception?
total.
16 total.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, you hear the clicking sound of a tinderbox, a tinder being struck, and the soft whoosh of a torch. And even you and Corwin both see some dim light sort of crawling through here. There's obviously someone carrying a torch trying to navigate through those stalagmites. And
All right,
Corwin,
we're just gonna. Yes.
you can Corwin, you can hear two voices. One of them one of them is one of the voices sounds as though he is a little more familiar with what they're stepping over. He's like pointing out, watch your step there, step over that,
Right.
you know. And then the other one is like, oh shit, and then shuffling feet, and that's sort of what you're hearing.
Okay,
from the
that's still
sisters.
no line of sight for me though.
No, you can only see because your eyes are so sensitive. You can see the dim light that's starting to filter into this area
Okay.
as they get further and further through these stalagmites. Those of you who are outside of the cave have completely lost sight of the cart drivers, but you can still see the mules.
Okay. We were gonna climb down and
All right, give me some stealth checks.
okay.
$13.
17.
Okay. Lucian, you make a little noise as you come down, but nothing gives you any indication to believe that either of the individuals heard you. One of the mules turns and kind of looks at you idly, and then goes back to, chewing on some grass or something. And you can see you're making your way down the inside, down to the mouth of the cave. You can't quite see inside of it yet. Is anyone else doing anything during this time, or are we all just waiting?
I'm actually just
I'm-
walking from the top and then walking onto the ceiling, if that makes sense.
Okay,
since I
so
don't have to-
you're climbing into the cave, but you're like up on the roof.
Yeah,
Very-
exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna just hold position because I know the trap is there, and I'm hoping one of them will set the trap off, and when the other one, is exposed, then I'll act.
Okay. I don't have minis for them.
Here, use these.
What you got?
1 second. I'll give you some tokens and I'm gonna color them.
Yeah, do that.
Hey, took it.
Sorry. Yeah, just
It's
make
all
it check
good.
the colors. Okay, so the light, the torch light works its way, slowly and deliberately through all of the stalagmites. What are you doing? Yeah. Okay. And then it stops here, and Neven, god damn it.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know if I'm lagging,
Rowan,
but if I'm like
do the
suddenly,
ambiance.
I don't know if I'm suddenly lagging really bad or what, but I'm having trouble picking things up. Speaking of
Yeah, it's
ambience-
nice.
Okay, so did you color those things?
I'm trying. Well, one's not working. There's the other one. Okay. For whatever reason, this one didn't want to color.
Okay, so Neven, give me a perception check, please, and a stealth roll.
Okay, so
Or
my
no stealth roll
Yep.
yet, just a perception check.
I'm gonna roll this dice. A 18.
Okay.
No, 17. Sorry.
Okay, so you see the red one is the one that looks just a little bit older than the other, but they're both like late teenagers, 18, 19 years old. And the one carrying the torch helps the other one over the last few stalagmites, and then as he steps over the stalagmites, he lands on the crunchy rocks over here and kind of slips, makes a bunch of noise, and the older one is scolding him. He's like, "Shh, keep it down." And he kicks the crunchy rocks out of the way, and they kind of scatter across the floor down over here as he kind of scoops them off with his foot.
Very
Okay.
stealthy, man.
Good,
Where's
good.
my mouse?
Hey, Berwin, can you make knoll sounds?
Can I do that with prestidigitation?
You could make like an ambient type scene.
So they make their way around over here, and the younger one steps in line behind the older one along the wall, and they make their
As they're moving, we're gonna. I'm assuming Roscoe's too. We're just gonna follow them into the cave.
Well, I'm gonna check the cart real quick before
You're about here.
I do, but
You're
yeah.
not able to make it through the stalagmites just yet. They just came out on the other side and walked around.
Gotcha.
Roscoe, what were you doing?
I was gonna check the carts. Check the cart.
Okay. What are you checking for? What are you doing with the cart?
I was just gonna lift the burlap sack up and just do it quick.
Okay,
Look
it's
and
empty.
see what's under it.
It's just
Okay.
a pile of burlap, like you suspected earlier. It's just meant to cover some cargo.
Like I thought. Okay,
Whatever
I'm gonna
cargo
proceed
they
on
were
into the cave then.
picking up. Okay, so you see Lucian climbing along the ceiling, solid, pretty much where he's at ahead of you. Those of you who are on the inside, the older guy who's in the front, he stops short and he looks at the crates and he narrows his eyes. And the younger guy behind him, he's like trying to look over his shoulder without, stepping out of line. He's like, what's wrong? He says, and the one in the front says, he puts his hand back to stop him and he goes, shh, again. And he takes some short steps forward and he says, the crates are open. And the guy behind him, he says, what do you mean? He just sounds confused, right? It's not gonna fit there. Anyway, he says, I said the crates are open. And the younger guy behind him says, yeah, so? And the older guy says, well, you idiot, we weren't supposed to open the crates. Crates weren't supposed to be open. And then the younger guy kind of like steps over here across these stalagmites, kind of like, sort of straddling them as he's kind of stepping over them to look. And his eyes, you can see the glint of the copper in his eyes, and he's like, and he turns to the older one and he says, maybe we should just take it and make off with it. And the older guy, they're like kind of pondering. And the older one says, yeah, where would we go? And the younger one says, with this kind of copper, it wouldn't matter. And they're both kind of pondering at this point. What are you guys gonna do?
Oh my god.
We're moving through the we're still fully moving into the cave.
We're gonna continue advancing towards them.
I'm going to ready an action. If the trap springs on one of the guys, I'm going to cast Levitate on the second one.
Haha, nice plan.
Nice plan.
Wait, tell me that again. What?
I said I'm going to ready my action to cast Levitate on one of the guys, so if one of them goes to the crates and springs the trap on himself, I will cast Levitate on the other one that hadn't sprung the trap.
Are you expecting Levitate to imprison them in midair or something?
Yeah, that's how it works pretty much. If I cast it on a second person.
Well, because you
Give me a
control the forward momentum
Give me
as
the
the
spell.
person.
That can't be, because then that would mirror a spell called Hold Person. It would do exactly the same thing as Hold Person, essentially at 2 levels lower, so I sincerely doubt it, but where's the spell?
Alright, one creature or object of your choice that should be within range rises vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration. The spell can levitate a target that weighs up to 500 pounds, concentration saving throw. The target can move only by pushing or pulling against fixed objects.
Yeah.
So they just can't move. They still can do pretty much anything, which I assume Hold Person.
Yeah, like if
doesn't
they have a
give them
ranged weapon, they can
actions. I'm
still
not sure
attack and do
what that does
things.
exactly.
One at a time.
When you're ready, I'll read hold
I
person.
had no idea that's
Yeah,
how
hold
levitate
person
works. So in other words,
paralyzes.
if you cast levitate on your party, they can't control how high they are. They can't even move.
Yeah, no, they'll just be stuck in midair.
So
Unless
if
they
you
can
cast
push or
levitate
pull
on
against
yourself-
themselves.
But
Same
if you
thing, yeah.
If you cast levitate on yourself, you still can't adjust your height. Like it's
No, I
set,
can use an action to change how high or low I go.
but the other person that you cast it on can't.
Because
No.
it's not. They're not the one in control of the
'cause-
spell.
Exactly. He can make them go higher or lower if he wants
That's
to.
cool. I never. That never dawned on me.
We'll look into that later, but okay, that's how we'll handle it today.
If not, I have
That
hold
is,
person.
that's not how levitate has ever worked in any other edition of the game. So,
Cards in my hand.
but we'll go with it. Okay, so anybody else do anything?
Neven, Corwin.
I'm just readying. I'm just watching.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm lying in wait until the trap is sprung, and then my action to be readied would be, it would have been to engage the other target, but since we already have that happening, I'm just going to interfere with it.
Okay. Yeah. So I hear Berwin kind of softly start chanting, and I'm just gonna stop. I'm not gonna. I was gonna do hold person, but I'm gonna wait.
Okay, so Corwin, you're stepping out into this little spot. Neven, you're now sort of almost in dim light. Damn it, what the fuck is going on with my mouse? Lucian, you're also entering into the light, so I need stealth checks from all of you,
Very good.
including Roscoe. Roscoe, I actually need a acrobatics. Yeah, at advantage because you're small, but still I need an acrobatics check to get through. So.
Okay.
19 for me.
15 stealth for me.
You needed one from me as well?
No, you're far enough out
Okay.
of the light. They can't.
right.
10 for me. Huzzah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I rolled a 4. Not so great. Not so great. My thick legs.
16 on
Tell me
acrobatics.
Okay.
And let's see, stealth. Oh. 9 on stealth.
Oh man. Okay. So. let me get the notebook. 2 of you roll below their passive perception. So. Corwin.
Yep.
The younger guy that's standing over here by these stalagmites or stalagmites. As you step around Neven and out into sort of full view of him, even though you're still in the dim light, his head Man, what is that noise? Somebody's mic killing me. His head snaps up towards you, and he locks eye. Like the two of you make eye contact. Through the dark.
Tasha's hideous laughter.
Also, at the same time, the older of the two, I guess that's right there, his head snaps backwards, not backwards, but this way, as Roscoe steps out next to Lucian and steps on a pile of crunchy rocks that they had kicked around, something like that. Yeah. So when he kicked the crunchy rocks, he moved them around to a spot that you didn't expect them to be in. Come on, stop. All right.
I'm upside down.
Oh yeah, you are upset. No, well,
I'm
you
not,
do that.
I'm not
Not
next
now.
to him. I'm like on the ceiling.
All right.
Yeah. No, I'm not prone. I'm just on the ceiling.
So so Roscoe steps on the crunchy rocks, and the older of the two young men, his head snaps back this way, and they both turn and look at one another in surprise. And now we roll initiative.
Take what is yours and leave.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
If he spotted me, that's what I was going to do. I was going to do an
Did he
intimidation
actually-
check and shout
Yeah,
that.
did he actually see me or just heard me?
Well, they know you're there. It doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah, but if I shot, take what is yours and leave.
Okay, I'm just gonna name these tokens older kid and younger kid.
Nice.
Alright.
Young and one, younger one.
Okay. Younger kid gets +2. Older kid gets +1. Come on. Roll that beautiful beam footage. I think it's happening. What's going on?
All right. While you're doing this, is there going to be any kind of surprise round since I had like said what my action was going to be or anything like that?
Does your ready to action still go off since you said it was when the other one gets trapped?
Well, I mean, it's not like a contingency. I'm just readying.
What are you doing, Berwin?
Well, I was said, is there any kind of surprise round because I said I was ready in an action?
Right, you were ready in an action, so you were creating a reaction for when they set off the trap, correct?
I mean, it's not like the contingency spell. So,
No, but it is a reaction mechanically.
Yeah.
When you set a reaction, or when you set when you do that in
Readying,
combat,
yeah,
or
yeah.
ready an action like that.
Yeah.
You ready it to do a reaction when the stimulus occurs. That
Okay.
stimulus never did occur. Actually, what caused the initiative roll is the younger of the
Me.
two making eye contact with Corwin, and the older one, making eye contact with Roscoe. So this is all, everyone's just basically on even terms.
Way to go, Ross.
all right.
So we are at Neven. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use instead of doing combat here, we're gonna use a skill check. Okay, so what I want you guys to do, we're not going to go backwards through it all. Lucian, we're gonna start with you. Find on your skill sheet what type of skill check you could make to work towards the goal of what I'm assuming is capturing these two.
Oh,
And what you need to do is, as a group,
yeah.
each person on your turn, you'll come up with a skill that you want to use. Explain to me how you want to use it. Roll the check, and you'll need 5 successes before you get 3 failures.
I will murder I will
So-
kill all of you.
I'm gonna sleight of hand.
If you want to
tie
attack
up.
instead, you can.
Okay, good, because I'm gonna just run and kick this little younger kid in the mouth. All right, so I'm gonna drop from the ceiling and just
Don't
drop
kill
kick
him. He's got like a quarter hit point, dude. So
No,
No,
Metagame.
I'm gonna do it
This guy.
non-lethal.
Metagame, you can say I deal non-lethal damage.
Yeah, I was
Especially
gonna
as
do
a
You
non-lethal
can, or you
damage.
could participate in the skill check.
I would prefer.
I'll do the skill check. I'll
Let's do the skill check.
I'll
We
do
could
the
try
skill
something
check
different.
when
The
everybody
GM
else.
wants
do
a
the
skill
same fucking thing that we
check.
do every time we play. So, whatever. Make your choice.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna
And hurry
This is
the
me
fuck
guess
up.
we're
pointing
going
at
through
you
the order?
aggressively.
It's all right. Here's my first check. Here's my
wait, I thought we were
sleight
going
of
through the
hand.
order, the declaring.
No, we're
No,
just
we're
starting
just
at the
going from top
for a skill
down.
check.
Okay.
Sleight of hand to tie the little kid up is 11.
You have to move next to him.
I mean, I can move next to him, and I drop down from the ceiling.
I mean,
Pow, right on top
you're
of
gonna
him.
have to, I guess, try to grapple him first.
Okay.
Before you can just tie him up. So that would be an athletics check, I would think, right? Athletics
Then
to
it's
run
even
him
worse.
down,
Try,
try to knock him down.
yeah, try doing something like. Oh,
Boom!
Okay.
That 20 on my grapple, son.
that's a success.
And my game is frozen on that high point. That was awesome. That was a really long fanfare. Okay, so Lucian jumps from the ceiling and manages to knock the younger of the two up against these stalagmites, which causes him to kind of, he hits him from the side, and he hits his right shoulder on the stalagmites and kind of rolls down, and he's laying on the ground here now. Corwin.
All right, I'm going to use the deception skill check, and I'm going to move into sight of the elder brother since I saw the wonderful Lucian bounce down to the ground and grapple the younger brother, and use deception to convince the older brother that if he does anything at all, it would definitely be to his dire detriment, that he has wandered into something he should not have.
Okay. Do that.
So you're gonna stop criminal scum him?
Exactly.
Old criminal scum.
All right, give me your 30 feet movement and roll the
Will do. Shugh. Let's see. That would be an 11.
Do you have any like plus luck tokens?
I do. Can I burn a plus luck token?
Sure.
I've got a +4 here I'll burn right now.
All right.
Boom, there you
So that
go.
bring you up to 15.
Yeah.
15.
Where do
All
I
right.
where do I put it? In the trash can?
Yeah.
Yep.
Put it in the trash can.
Word.
Where did my pin go? Shit.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, I know what I should have done. Oh well.
All right, so that's a 15.
Okay. Lucian, what did you get on that roll a minute ago? What did you get on that check?
Not 20, then plus just 20 because it's all. I don't have any athletics.
Critical grapple.
That's
Okay.
it.
I think
Which
I
is
just
not a
heard
thing I
someone at the door. Hold on.
Nice. Dun dun dun.
Wonder if it's any neighbors trying to sell records or something.
That's exactly what it is.
I don't know if they got those in Houston.
Up, here he comes. He's coming back.
Yay!
He survived.
Nobody trying to sell you some records or anything?
Yeah. No. Maybe it was the dog. I don't know what that one was. Anyway, so
The dog was knocking at the door.
okay. So Berwin.
I'm gonna move forward,
Mhm.
and I can use my reaction to ready levitate in case he runs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If he runs,
I
I'm
mean
gonna
that's
cast
not really
levitate
a
on
skill
the-
check, but that's
I mean, it's
going
it's,
back towards combat. But
You could
Well,
use it
it's-
on
I
our.
mean,
Well, I was
it's
gonna say
to
Arcana.
restrain him, which is the goal. I mean,
okay. So you're just gonna ready your action as opposed to contributing to the skill check. You're gonna ready your action in case one of them tries to run, right?
the
Okay.
one that's not grappled.
Neither one of them are grappled. This one's.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought he got a 20 on the grapple.
I thought I grappled him.
That would have been an attack action. You said you were doing a skill check. So your skill check was to use athletics or acrobatics or whatever it was to do the equivalent of restraining him, which was to knock him on his ass. So he's laid down. At very best, he could get up and move half his movement.
Alf, you've played 4th edition, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you're a little bit more familiar with skill checks than any of the rest of us, I believe. So this is a 4th edition mechanic that I'm trying to bring into this game. So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to for the rest of us. But Alf,
Okay.
yeah, you definitely understand better than the rest of them.
Right,
If you
so-
have the explanation, please do.
Yeah, so basically skill checks are, and what Acid is trying to get us to avoid doing is making attacks or direct actions. Skill check encounters are you pick a skill, you describe what it does for the RP element, which is what we're doing, and then you just roll that roll, and it's just like any other skill check, except that the outcome is predetermined on like success or failure. So you knocking him down, he didn't even have to like move him to the side and say he's on his prone. You just say, oh, well, that was a success. You've got 4 more successes, and then they're restrained. And then you figure out what happened. But the way we're doing it is we're role-playing it as we go.
Right.
But it's the same mechanic. So, I mean, I don't know that you could say you use your Arcana check to predetermine the cast or whatever.
I mean, he can still do, instead of participating in a skill check, he can still ready a spell, which what that does is
Yes.
that readies that spell as a quote-unquote contingency. I know it's not a contingency spell, that's not the point, but he's doing something else, so now you guys have 2 successes as opposed to 3 successes or 2 successes and 1 failure.
Right.
He just did something aside from that, so it's still a valid action. It
Yes,
just
because
doesn't
you can
help
withhold from the
towards-
skill check.
Right, it doesn't help towards the skill check, but it is still a valid action.
Okay.
So we're on Roscoe now, I think?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, and it can be any
Please.
skill that you can justify.
There
Right.
it is.
You can only each player can only use each skill once per, and you can't follow up. Like they can only use once per round, so you can't all use athletics on the same round. You can't all use the same skill on the same round.
Can I use
Roscoe?
the same skill round after round then?
No, you cannot. Once per skill
Once per-
challenge set. Period.
Yeah,
Roscoe,
you got to
roll
diversify your bonds.
Yep.
I know we're on me. I'm waiting for everyone else to shut up.
Sorry, Roscoe.
That's fair. That's fair.
Thieves and scoundrels, why have you entered my cave? Douse your torch,
Wait. What skill are you
or
using?
the young one gets it.
Okay.
Oh,
What skill are you using?
I'm guessing that's intimidate.
Persuasion?
Intimidate.
Persuasion or
I
deception?
think
That
it'd be
sounds more like an
persuade.
intimidate to me.
Okay.
I'm gonna intimidate.
Well, we're on
Roscoe
Roscoe.
just intimidated, so you won't be able to do another
Oh,
intimidation.
halfling luck.
Oh, thank God for halfling
All
luck.
right.
Oh, hell yeah. 23.
23. All right. So Roscoe's surprisingly booming voice
Echoes through the
echoes through the
cave.
cave. And,
Thieves and
the-
Put
the-
down your torch. Sorry.
I'm a charlatan. I can disguise my voice.
Sorry.
on,
I'll shut
no.
up. I'll shut up.
Alright.
Okay, so has anybody utilized? Let's see.
No,
not your
but
turn.
it's still Roscoe's
Oh.
turn. I'm waiting for
But,
an opportunity to educate what he did, and then the younger kid has to go, and then the older kid has to go, and then Alf has to go, and then it'll be an even.
Yeah, I
So
told him
Roscoe's
Alf.
voice again echoes through the cave. The older of the two young men who had already been sort of looking at Roscoe, his demeanor definitely changes. He takes a half step back. And that's another success. This one that's prone sort of scuttles this way towards Corwin unintentionally, but he's trying to get away from Lucian. The younger kid is going to roll an athletics check, and he is going to make it past Lucian over to
Oh.
the stalagmites. That's an 18
Can,
on the dice plus his bonus, which would be +2. He is outside of your threat range, so no,
Okay.
Roscoe. The older one, he shouts back to the younger one. He says, "Don't." He says, "I knew you were gonna leave me here," and he drops his torch on the ground, and he rushes over here towards Roscoe and makes an attempt to bull rush you with a DC of. Do you want to make a athletics check to resist, or do you want me
yeah.
to set the DC?
Yes, I'm gonna
Okay, then
make
I'm
an
not
act.
gonna roll
I'm
yet.
gonna dodge.
All right, set a DC.
Now,
Ooh,
19.
Look at him.
here's one question. Berwin would probably technically be casting Levitate on
Yeah.
the younger, because he did say when one of them ran, or if
okay,
one of them
that's
ran.
true. So Roscoe or Berwin, he needs to make a check versus your levitate, right?
I believe it's a wisdom. No. Constitution saving throw, DC 15.
Okay, he has +2, and that's a
Ooh.
19 on the dice. So that's
Ooh.
a 21. So he manages to escape your levitate. Does levitate only target one?
Yes.
Okay, so he manages to save versus your levitate. He makes it past Lucian and starts to run. The older one is like, "I knew you were gonna abandon me." And he runs after Roscoe and does not manage to knock Roscoe down. The two of them clash and skid back and forth between the rocks. But,
Well, he rolled a 1. I rolled a 19.
did he roll a 1? I'm sorry, man. Everybody's
Yeah.
talking to me.
Yeah.
I got so much shit going on. I'm going back and forth and stuff. Did he roll a 1?
Or was that? Or what? I rolled a 19.
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
Whatever. He
I
rolls
thought
a
he
the
one.
was
older kid did
So
roll
the
a
two
one.
of you clash on top of the
Okay.
crunchy rocks, and he falls flat on his face. Next is going to be Alf.
Let's see here. I need to get where I can see. 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Puts me right behind Corwin. I can't exactly. Well, yeah, I can. I can make eye contact.
I mean, you could dash.
Yeah, but can I dash and then still do a skill check?
Is this difficult terrain?
No.
No,
It's
it just
okay.
makes noise.
terrain. Yep.
So have we done? Let's see. We've done intimidation, which I was gonna do. Athletics. We haven't done athletics, have we? No, we did acrobatics.
No, I did
Yeah,
athletics.
he did do
You did
athletics. That's true. No one has done
Yeah.
acrobatics.
Derpy
acrobatics is the one.
motherfuckers.
Well, it would have made sense for me to do it, but I couldn't. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So next skill check, don't use up the skills that are better for like the guy with 19 strength.
what
Or,
are you
or
doing, Alf?
intimidation. I'm trying to. I got to figure out a skill now. That's like my two best are.
Quick, come on.
You can still cast a spell, right, or attack.
No.
I mean, you
I-
can,
I-
but that's not going to
I
help
can,
you with
I
the
don't
skill
wanna.
check with this
Yeah.
skill challenge.
Do a performance.
Let's see.
We're obviously going to have to do more of these skill challenges to get you guys doing this.
Oh, damn it! I can't. Can I use religion to like threaten him with his god's wrath? I don't know.
I mean, I guess.
No.
You can do
No.
anything you want. The DC is going to be higher depending on how ridiculous what you want to do is.
Start
No,
quoting
I'm-
scripture to him.
Seems like-
Quick, come on.
I have no skill that I can
All
use
right,
because
Ethan,
they've already
you're
used
up.
mine. So instead,
Persuasion.
I'm gonna do hold. I'm gonna do hold person on the older.
Okay, are you in range?
Yes.
Okay, then what's he need to do?
He needs to do save versus my wisdom. And he needs to do wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that's like a 4.
Yeah, it's a fail. He's paralyzed.
Okay, so he's on the ground on the crunchy rocks. So at this point, no point in doing a skill check and doing a skill challenge anymore. So what's happened?
So Neven.
Okay, you said there's no point in doing a skill check anymore at this point?
There is. It's
I
still
mean, he's
lost fail, but we
paralyzed.
have
He's-
restrained one. There's one loose.
He's paralyzed for
Okay.
like a minute, so you've got at least one of them. So I mean, like that's the whole
And this one
reason
has,
that like
you know-
when you call a skill check, I kind of need you guys to use skills as opposed to spells, because really, if you wanted to combat these guys, you could have killed them in one round. They've got
Yes.
3 hit points each. These are not enemies that you fight, which is why I requested a skill challenge. But anyway, Lucian, what
You know
are
what?
you gonna do, man?
Take the hold back. I'll do I'll do
Lucian,
persuasion.
what are you gonna do, man?
Wait, I think it's my
Neven's
turn.
No. Is it? I thought Neven had gone. All right, Neven.
Neat, but no. Yeah, neat.
Okay, so I can make a movement. That'd be 15 right here, right? This would be double movement right here, right, or no?
Well, you can move through people that are friendly, so
Yeah. So you don't have to move that way.
10, 15, 20, 25.
You can make it right there behind me.
35. Oh, because I already did the angle, so that's 30 right there. I can continue. I can get to him, right? Or make a.
I'm going.
I think you can
Can
go
you
one
dash?
more forward.
I can dash to get 60 and make an skill against him.
Sure.
What skill?
Well, I'm gonna come. I'd get right
Gotta
back
figure
here,
that
right?
out in a second. Sounds.
And
What's your name?
so far, we've used acrobatics. We've used athletics.
No, we have not used acrobatics. We have used athletics. We have used intimidation. We have used persuasion,
That's it.
and
All right,
That's it.
deception. You are running right into my trap. You know, it's a
There
be like,
you
hey, you're
go.
running right into my trap. And I rolled a 17 plus 8 is a 25.
Okay. He alters his course as he's running around. That is 4 successes back to the top. Lucian.
Lucian is going to run next to this guy. He can run on the wall, so he's going to be on the slag, whatever. So I could use like sleight of hand to trip him, then, right? Like how?
I
With these
would
skill
think that
checks.
That would be athletics and not sleight of hand.
Well then. All right. Well then, what if I like acrobatics? Like I don't know. Like
You could acrobatics to get in front of him and cut him off.
there you go. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you.
You know, there's lots of things that you can do to affect the battlefield that it just requires a little bit more creativity than
Well, like I'm just wondering, like what constitutes as, you know what I mean? Like as like an action of like being helpful. Because like just because I'm in the way of him, like last time he was next to me, but he just ran away from me.
Well, that's correct.
You know what I mean? So being in front.
That's right, because he rolled an 18 on his skill check. And again, I mean, this is about having so many successes before you get so many failures. So the more people prep and do things other than do skill checks, the more opportunity it has to go.
It has to go away.
Right? Because these guys are moving around at the same time. So you want to get those successes as quickly as possible. I know we've never done a skill check before, and I almost shared a video with you guys about it this week, our skill challenge. I almost shared a video with you guys about it this week, but I was like, nah, fuck it, we'll take it on the fly. I don't think it's going to be that difficult.
And we're struggling. But that's an 18 on the dice, man.
Okay.
Green said in the chat, acid breath intimidation. Start spraying acid everywhere.
That's 5 successes, so we're gonna call that a success. We're gonna call that a complete skill challenge here. Lucian uses his acrobatics to leap between all of the stalagmites and stalactites and cut off the younger of the two as he tries to make his way through the treacherous terrain of the mouth of the cave. So that's your 5 successes. You've got one who's still hold personed, and then you've got this other one who was successfully skill checked into submission.
All right, first thing we should do is split them up.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so he's like, this guy right here is like cowering. He's kind of like slipped in between into this room and kind of like come back, and he's just sort of, he doesn't know what to do.
I'm gonna push him into that room that he just came out of.
Okay, he falls flat on his ass.
Chump.
You interrogate that one. I want to talk to the older one.
That'll work. So I'm gonna slip in here with him. So now we're stuck in here. He's flat on his ass. So I'm like grab him by the collar. Like, what the hell are you doing here? What do you know about these gnolls?
And he says, Knowles, I don't know anything about any Knowles, mister.
The way you say mister reminds me of someone else. What are you doing here?
He says, we were sent here with the wagon to pick up some crates. That's all I know. It's just a job. This is just a job. He was like, I don't know anything more than that. There wasn't supposed to be anyone at the cave. He says, Conrad and I were supposed to come and pick up the crates and haul them back. He looks uncomfortable and he says, I'm not supposed to tell you that. So I'm not supposed to say. We're not supposed to reveal. That's one of the conditions of the employment. We don't talk about it. He looks really uncomfortable. What are you guys doing with this other guy over here? He's still hold personed. How long does that last?
I'm in it, and he can't talk. So
no, I was gonna
tie him up first.
I was gonna drop hold person. I mean, surround him and then drop it. What's he gonna do? Like,
yeah.
I'm bringing my torch over here.
Okay, Alf. So you're dropping hold person?
I was gonna. Well, let's see. I've got him in there. Roscoe's in front of him. There's no way to go this way. Corwin's over there. But yeah, I'm gonna drop hold person. There's zero place for him to go at this point. He'd have to go through the entire party.
Okay, roll initiative. The older kid goes before Alf. He is absolutely going to attack you. Alf.
Okay.
Let's see. He is higher in the initiative order. Berwin. Let's see who else is over there. Roscoe, you're first.
Him up.
You see that the older of the two young men is drawing a dagger and lunging at Alf.
I'm gonna use the sleight of hand to snatch that dagger from him.
Okay, give me a roll.
Oh, look at that. It is a 20.
Nice. Okay, so Roscoe just reaches up and snatches.
That's a nice knife. I think I'm gonna keep that.
Snatches the dagger out of his hand and looks at it and shoves it into his belt. And without the dagger in his hand, the kid's fist just kind of like falls flat on Alf.
I wasn't even gonna move. I was just gonna let him hit me.
Yeah, he just kind of punches
dagger or not.
The dagger in his hand, and then he kind of looks confused. All right, Lucian.
Nice try,
kid. You hear some commotion out in the rest of the outside of the cave, or outside of the cave chamber that you are in. It seems as though the other captive is not as cooperative.
You hear that, little guy? That's my buddy's beating up your friend.
He
Tell me
grovels on the ground.
who sent you, and I guess I'll let that slide for now.
All right, give me a.
Did we skip me?
No, nobody else.
Oh, we
has
did
said
re-roll initiative.
Yeah.
No, I rolled initiative just to
Okay,
find out
so-
who was going to get to act while he was attacking Alth. We're not really taking turns, so no, nobody got skipped. But even if you'd like to do something, you're more than welcome. You're standing over here by yourself.
Yeah, I'm moving here,
Okay.
and I am grabbing this one by the neck, by the back of the head, and I'm shoving his head in the water, shouting, "No game! Tell me what's going on." I'm gonna roll an intimidation check.
Rogaine? What?
Okay, so
No
Lucian,
game.
you're having a conversation with this guy, and Neven just barges through the stalagmites, suddenly with no warning whatsoever, and grabs him by the neck and pushes him down into the pool of fetid water. Neven, give me a strength check.
Did you want intimidation as well, or no?
No, I want a strength check.
Just strength. Okay.
That kid's gonna have to make a Constitution
15.
save too.
15.
You're gonna kill this kid.
Oh, he barely passes that Constitution save to not die, and you smash his head into the stone and completely knock him unconscious.
So he ain't answering no more questions now.
David,
you
what the
out-
hell?
And the rest of you out in the hallway, you hear sound like Neven, and some water splash, and like a gasp from Lucian, like surprise. But the younger guy in the middle of you is still he's looking around for a way to escape. He's like sort of mid, sort of taking off this way, maybe.
Listen,
pushing his way
kid,
to
hold
Roscoe
on.
or something like that.
Hold on. Now, you stabbing me, I was gonna let that slide because, I mean, I would do the same in your position. You've got nowhere to go now, and it sounds like your friend's not having the best of times. You're not who we were expecting, but we need to have some questions answered. And if you answer them, you're free to go.
Yeah,
No harm, no foul. We're not going to hurt you any more than he's already been hurt, probably, because, you know, there was screaming and a thud. So, but our intention's not to harm you. That was never the goal was never to hurt you or kill you. But we need to know where this is going.
He turns
Neven
around
shouts from the other
and he
room.
looks at all of you guys. Give me a perception check. Neven is in the middle of a wrestling match right now.
I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Yeah, no, Neven is already preoccupied. You kind of have to choose
Neven.
which group of characters you want to participate with. I can't, like, do them
No,
all at
Neven's in that room smashing that guy.
Perception?
once. I know that. So, what were we
Perception?
doing, Alf?
I was talking to him, and you said roll a perception, which
No,
I got
not perception.
9.
Persuasion. I'm sorry.
Oh, persuasion.
Okay, then 21.
Perception. I'm sorry. Wait. Well, Alf was talking, right?
Oh,
So that's 6,
I thought you said all of us rolled.
Man, this game, guys. I don't know if it's me
Okay.
or you
I'm
guys or
gonna-
what's going on today, but this is like stupid complicated.
I'm
Alf,
using a.
you were
I'm
the one
using.
speaking, right?
Yes.
So
And
you're
I'm
the one
just
who gets
sitting
to
here
make the roll.
listening.
All right. If you see me right here next to the trash can, this is a +6 luck crystal. It's my last one.
Okay.
That puts me at 15 total for persuasion.
Okay. The older of the two, he looks around and he sort of deflates, right? You can tell that he knows that you're right. He's cornered and he really has nowhere to go. And he says, he looks back towards the sound of the splashing water that's since died down, and he says, all right, well, he says, bring out Roland. What have you done to him? He's just a kid.
Oi, can you stop beating up the small one in an attempt to interrogate him and bring him out here?
Yep.
Lucian just shakes his head
You
at
want
me.
to help me carry this kid?
very disappointedly.
Yeah, he is thoroughly unconscious, and his nose is like completely flat on his face.
So I know that mechanic-wise, it doesn't really work this way, but I'm going to use bonus action, and I'm going to do like a healing word at the younger kid, kind of as a show of like, hey, goodwill, basically. So it's really just for the look. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are dragging Roland out, right? So are the younger guy out, right? Why don't you move your minis? Why don't you?
We can just pick him up. We don't have to drag him. Like I can easily carry him.
Yeah, he's tiny.
You know what I mean? Like he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought better of you, Neven.
Now,
beating up a child.
So
He's
so
here.
as you carry Roland with his unconsciousness and crushed face out, as Alth is casting his healing spell. His name is Conrad. He comes running over here and he looks really concerned.
He'll be fine.
He's like, "What did you do to him?"
Neven's pacing back and
He
forth.
says it again.
Well, we did half
be
as
okay.
bad as what we're gonna do to you if you don't answer our questions.
Roscoe.
I'm gonna
Give
try
him a
to
minute.
reset
Fuck you,
the
little
kid's
man.
nose.
Who sent you?
Fuck you, little man. He just keeps repeating that to you. He doesn't want to talk to you.
All
What
right,
was his- what
maybe
was his
I'll
name? It
just.
was-
You know what?
He's turned into Alth. Alth is the one who has gained a modicum of his respect. The rest of you, he's like, fuck you.
All right. So what was his name? It was
Conrad.
Conrad.
Conrad, listen. We need to know who sent you, and we need to know what exactly you were supposed to be doing with the cartload of goods. And while I'm at it, is this your? This doesn't seem like it was your first trip. It might have been the boys, but you sounded like you were familiar with this cave. How
Okay.
often have you done this?
So he takes a knee and he takes Roland's kind of head in his hands and he pulls a wineskin as he's talking from his belt and uncorks it and starts to kind of pour some water on his face and try to clean him up. You've healed him and the bleeding has stopped, but he's still definitely unconscious. So Conrad turns back to you and he says, I've been here several times. He says, it's just a simple job. He's like, me brother and I, we make a little gold to come out here and pick up some crates and bring them back. He says, this week I see what's in the crates we should have run off with them months ago.
That probably would have been a better plan.
He says, part of the job is we don't open it. I don't ask questions.
Well,
We
who
come out,
pays
we
you
do the
to?
job.
Who pays you to come out here and do that? Then
He says, why should I tell you a fucking thing?
Look at
I
his
can
fucking
play
face.
you.
He turns
can
from Al
just
to Roscoe.
play
He
you.
clearly has very much distaste for Roscoe.
Look, kid. We're trying to be nice here. This is us being nice.
He turns back to Alth and he says, call off your dog.
So do you.
Just answer a
We
few
saw
more
you were
questions.
not the bad guys. We wanted to just find out who sent you and what's
Roscoe,
going on here.
he's clearly extremely pissed off. You know, give me a moment. You say you've done this often.
Be right back.
I need to know where you take this cart of goods
Did you do
and
magic good on yourself?
who asks you to do it.
Well, the cart goes back to Tome. Tome's the employer. Back in Zintil Keep.
Okay. So,
He gives us
out
the
of
wagon.
character.
He gives us the wagon. We come out. We pick up the crates. We bring them back. This was Roland's first time. This was Roland's first trip out here. But, it's never been a problem before. Sometimes
Who's your brother?
dogs? have
How did
sometimes-
you-
I see. Here's the deal. I know what it's like to try to make easy coin. No questions asked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you each... how much gold do you usually get paid?
But I think we need to discuss something before we start doing this.
Okay,
What's that?
So you guys are standing.
Wait.
I mean, anything you discuss is in character. And Conrad.
And this is in character. I'm gonna stop walking today.
I can't hear you.
What is that?
Dave.
It's
I'm
Dave
back.
Fondling his microphone, I think.
Okay.
All right,
I
Andrew,
love my microphone.
What have you got to say, Neve?
Neven is pacing back and forth in a rage, and he puts his hand out and holds Oth back before Oth starts to make an offer. And Neven asks with a growl, when was the last time you picked up from this cave?
thinks about it. 2 weeks, maybe.
All right. Neven looks at Corwin and asks, "How long ago was your incident?"
That's about the same time. Where did you take the stuff, lad?
I already told you. It goes back to Tolm.
Yeah,
I don't even know what's in the goddamn crates until today.
Right.
Thanks for that follow.
So listen.
Unfortunately, I'm not connected to, due to technical difficulties this week, I'm not connected to chat.
So here's the deal.
Overlays are not working either. So thank you for that follow, whoever you are.
Neven, if you've got,
Appreciate it.
if any of the party has any further complaints, I planned on giving a couple of gold to the boys because I understand what it's like. Look, I was a soldier. You just do what you're told. You make your gold. You make your money. You get paid. You really don't ask a lot of questions. You just do what you got to do to survive. So
No, I think it's fair. I think it's fair.
I'm also not opposed, but I would like to know, you said that this is the boys' first time. Who came with you before?
Oh,
that's a good question.
yeah, we have to find out.
Usually whoever Tolm would send, like I'm just an employee. Tolm usually makes the teams. It's normally a different person.
Who was the team last time?
So you generally didn't stay the same, like 2 people came, it was always someone new.
Nah, he would usually send me to pick it up and send me an assistant. This week I took my brother with me, and you fucking beat him to hell. He pours some more water on his face.
We are sorry about your brother.
Hey,
Ben.
can I start playing Cure Wounds and revive his brother?
Alf has already cast a healing spell on
Yeah.
him. You can continue to do so, but I mean,
So-
he's unconscious for roleplay purposes.
Oh, very good then.
Alf reaches into
I
his
understand.
pouch. He pulls out 6 gold, 3 for each boy, and he steps close to him and he hands the conscious one the 6 gold. He says, "Look, I don't know how much you usually get paid. 6 gold seems pretty fair considering your brothers, and you're gonna spend it together."
He looks down at it and he looks back up at you, and he says, "This is less than half of what we each make."
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm being generous.
Hold up. What if we gave them a crate of the copper?
You know what?
It would be
Yeah.
less for us to carry, and I wouldn't
Yeah.
feel as bad about taking their wagon.
That sounds like a good idea.
He
All
sees
right,
it.
let's
Taking
buy
the
their
wagon.
wagon.
You are
Hey,
right.
fella.
We'll buy
Hold
the
on, hold on.
wagon from you.
Thank
Hold
you,
on.
Buy the
Roscoe.
wagon from you.
We
Yeah,
are
what-
going to buy, guys.
It's not their wagon.
No.
They're not gonna sell
Hold
it.
on.
Guys, something important at this point. You are going to tell us everything you do and where you go, and the order in which you do this drop off, and we're going to go with you, hidden inside of the
wagon.
The wagon?
the wagon.
So I can get killed? Fuck you. You go and see Tolm yourself.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
We'll
no.
just have
That's
Roscoe
fine.
disguise
Oh,
Yeah,
himself,
that's fine.
and Corwin as
Yeah.
the 2 lads.
That'll
There
work.
we go. There we go.
We'll give them some gold. We'll give them
So-
a crate of copper. Send them on
There's-
their way.
There's the
Surely
gold.
they're not going to
Take-
return back.
You take 1 crate of copper, and we call it even. Yeah, sounds about right.
He looks at the crate.
How much copper fits in a crate anyway?
He tries to pick it up 1/5. There were 5 crates, so 100 copper bars.
Pounds.
Yeah, it's
about
like
100
50.
pounds. And he tries to lift the edge of the. Are you actually giving him a crate full of copper, or are you giving him one of those crates that you filled with rocks? I hate to give you ideas, but I'm just curious as to like. Where you
No.
No,
I
we're
say
not going to
no.
rip him off.
I think we
No,
legitimately do
crate
it.
of copper.
Right.
Listen,
We've been-
instead of giving him
We've
a
been
crate of
leaning
copper,
pretty heavy evil.
I'm willing to throw in like enough gold, like 6
Well,
more
take
gold.
what he
That's
can
true.
carry first of all. I mean,
For the
I'm
record,
willing.
for the record, a crate of copper is about 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And you're planning on taking his wagon as well. So he walks over and he tries to lift that crate of copper, and he says, "You're taking the wagon, eh? What are we supposed to do? Live in this cave?
He's just a boy.
Sleep on these copper bars, huh?"
I'll tell you what.
take
That's
however much you can carry.
How much does it break down to? How much does the 100 pounds of copper bars
50
break
gold.
down to in gold? 50 gold?
Roscoe would have given him the rocks green. You're right. Green
Yeah,
said Alf is the
Roscoe would
best
have-
in the
I
group.
think we're going down the wrong path with this. I think that we should work on getting everything to the city and then part ways with this fella. and find out everything. Find out everything you need to know about.
He killed an 8-year-old kid.
I mean,
I think
yeah, no,
we can
look,
still do that.
we're not taking him with us to do. And
No,
I'm talking right now, full on know what he's right in front of this kid. We're not taking him to go, stab his employer in the back. The guy was shady. The boy was just doing what he thought he had to do to survive. Let's give him a gold bar that's equivalent to what we're going to get out of the copper in that crate, and send him on his way, him and his brother, and tell them to avoid the town for, I don't know, a week or so while I go fuck up whoever it is that he was working for.
I agree. That's the greatest plan. Let's get out of this damn cave.
Conrad says,
avoid the town.
Conrad
for
turns
week,
to
kid.
all the rest of you.
I
He
think
says,
it's
you could learn a lot from this
relocate.
lizard man here.
Yeah, I
think it's time you take the money and relocate. Kid.
So,
I do that.
I think at this point we need to find out as much information as we can about this Tom fella before just debating how much gold to give this guy. We need to find out information.
Give him a gold bar. I mean, shit. We
that's fine.
plenty.
That's fine.
Look, we could pull one out of the damn our collection if we got. No, we don't have any in there.
Yeah, like first of all, is your boss a magic user? Can he cast spells or anything?
Yes,
Does he have guards like that? What exactly are we gonna walk into?
He says Tom is he's an old halfling.
Oh, great, Roscoe.
He generally just
not all.
I don't know everything about the man.
What
do you know?
Yeah, where at in the city do you find tell you what, I want you to write
gives you
down
the approximate location.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to work on.
Yeah.
I want to know where he meets and like the procedure. That's the line of questioning now. We've established we're paying him in a gold. We're letting him go. We're telling him to stay away from the town for like a week or so, enough time for us to get there, deal with the problem, so he doesn't get murdered for being the unfortunate soul to run into the marauders.
Okay. So, his answers to your specific questions: is he a magic user? He doesn't know. Does he have guards? He says, I've never seen them. It's usually a private meeting between the two of us, but it's likely that he would. Any other specific questions you want to ask?
What does he do in town? I mean, surely you know him outside of just your dealings.
He's a job broker. He finds people who need jobs done. He finds people who need coin.
Has he met your little brother?
This morning, last night, as it were. But yes.
Oh. Okay.
Well, you've got a surprise. Yeah, no, they both need to go. All right. Take your gold bar, boy. Be gone before my magic sword wielding friend over there loses his patience once again.
Can we not let him go before us because he can potentially get there and warn this fellow? I mean, because if the Tom fellow survives our encounter, he would try to kill him.
I'll tell you what.
Maybe
okay, so when Conrad hears you say that, he turns south and he says, listen, man. You toss me another bar, and instead of heading back to Zinto Keep, I'll take me brother and we'll start heading east. We'll go out to Flan.
Okay.
Do it. I'll cover the cost.
You'll cover I was going to say. Well,
I'll do it.
Fine. Colwyn's going to cover the cost. I wasn't going to give you another gold bar, boy, but what I was going to tell you is if I do show up to town and Torm is expecting me, I'll find you somehow, some way, and off turns this way. And
he shrugs. He's unconcerned. He says, I have no loyalty to Tom. It's just a job.
Oh, I understand. But on the off chance that you
choose two gold bars. He puts his hand out towards Core when he's got one in his hand. Eager.
Let me go find my gold bar.
Right.
Yeah, but
listen, kid. I like
the flip
you.
side of that is I'm going to go ahead and breathe acid on a rock and be like, that'll be your head.
I hear you. Roscoe, what's up?
When you get back to Flan, look for Jasper.
Where do you want it? The gold bar.
Go to the market and look for Jasper. He'll find work for you.
Boom.
All right. We'll look for Jasper.
It'd probably be best if you don't mention Roscoe.
At this point, Roland
Jasper's
is
one of the ones that actually likes me.
At this point, Roland's kind of groaning as his eyes are rolling. He's kind of starting to come to a little bit, and
Hey, Neven, back off
Conrad
from the
helps
kid a
him up.
bit. Probably gonna be scared as shit of you.
And Conrad
Better
helps
be.
him up, and
Ill-gotten gains.
and he says, "Oi, do you you're paying us now? Do you want us to stay here and help you load it?"
Yeah, help us load up with all this nonsense on the cart.
Okay.
That'd be great. Thank you.
While we're at it, make sure the rocks are on, the crate. By the way, you were about to steal a whole crate full of rocks.
Load these back into the crates.
Yeah. So we put all the goods that we want to keep. I'd say we put those on the bottom in the crates, and then just put a bunch of crates of rocks on top.
All right. So as you're finishing up loading the wagon, Roland doesn't help very much. He's still dazed and his
Like
nose
dead?
is fucked up.
Reasonably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over and
Conrad
hang out with the kid and talk to him about, Moradin and the temple, and tell him whenever he finds a proper city to go talk to the dwarves for a little while and see their perspective on things, because all this nefarious shit he's doing in life's got to go.
And he looks at you. He looks at you with big, big fat eyes, and he's like, "We're not doing anything nefarious, mister."
Yeah,
Just
but
trying
it's,
to-
it's the
delivering a
people.
cart.
It's not what you're doing; it's who you're doing it for, lad.
This is
Just go
how
talk
we
to the
supposed to
dwarves.
know.
Go talk
I'm
to the
gonna hand him
dwarves.
his,
They'll teach you. Go talk to them.
So
All right, hand
as
back
you guys
his
are
dagger.
finishing up filling the wagon with the crates and the bars and
Yeah.
stuff, Conrad comes up to you, Alf, one more time, and he says, we're looking at about 3 days on foot going back to Flan. You got any rations? We're gonna stop.
I think I might. Hold on.
I'm gonna hand him back his dagger.
He takes it. He says, I'd forgotten about that. Thank you. That'll come in handy. He puts it back on his
Yeah.
belt.
I got a few off.
Now, if you wanna stay alive, watch who you pull that on. You're not that quick, kid.
He grins. Sheepishly.
Let's see here. I've got.
Yeah. I'm looking to see what we have.
How many you
I've got.
got?
I've
That's
got.
my fine clothes right there. I'm looking to see if we have any more that we could give them. We got blankets we could give them.
Yeah.
That'll be 2 of each. They're gonna each have 3.
I
Set 'em
can't.
up.
I can't pick up any of this for some reason.
I think it's locked to the table.
Oh, that's. We got
because you
disconnected.
disconnected.
Yeah,
That's
he
why.
disconnected from the table.
Oh
What
shit.
were you doing, Alf?
Here, I got him.
I've got ration and 2 tacks. I was gonna give him the 2 tacks and keep the ration.
Oh,
Okay.
hold on. Hold on.
The 3 days on foot, and there's 2 of them. So 2
I've got-
rations.
And they just got
Some
2
rations.
gold bars. Don't forget,
Yeah,
lads.
but but where are we gonna buy food between here and there?
Oh, okay, no, that was right.
This
Fair
is
enough.
Here you go.
Neven's contribution. Some veggies and some silver
And silver
bars.
bars. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, you're giving him 1 veggie. I'm taking one of my veggies back then. I have
Yeah.
a bunch of rations from
Okay.
whatever.
So
I don't
he
know.
he
Oh.
takes all the food and he says, "This should be plenty."
I'm giving him a
He takes
gallon
your
of
silver
ale.
bars and he thanks you. He
Nice.
unexpected friendliness from Neven there.
Yeah.
Is that a jug of ale you're giving him?
Yep.
All right. He puts it over his shoulder and he says, "Oh, we should have been working for you all the time."
Hey, but when you
That's
get
the truth.
back to Flanboy, if you see us, you make sure you say hi. We might find work for you.
Why? He seems begrudgingly agreeable, if that's a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's better than getting my ass kicked.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my new work is gonna be rough, but
No, I'll just make you go
He
find
shrugs
things for
and
me.
he says, "Can't be any worse than loading 500 pounds of crates over those stalagmites."
well, is that a
Very true.
challenge?
He looks down at you, 45-degree angle towards the ground, and he says, yeah, it is."
All right, we'll find work for you, buddy.
He's clearly not got.
I like this
He's
kid.
not got the greatest taste for halflings. Somebody give me an insight check, please.
Yeah, that's what I had made a comment in the chat. I think he might be
Let's see.
racist towards halflings.
Great,
That's
exactly.
20,
I
that's
don't like
like
to
a-
smash the crap out of my brother, but thanks for the stuff.
I got a 25 on my insight.
Sometimes you
I'll
gotta
tell
play
you
bad
exactly
cop.
where you can stuff this
Okay,
stuff. If you
so
don't.
Lucian, it sounds as though it seems as though maybe his distaste for halflings is related to this Tolm individual. Now, you're also, as you were spending time in Zintil Keep and walking around through the old city, it's a lot of humans. There are a fair number of half-orcs. You don't see many halflings. You don't see a whole lot of elves. It's mostly human and half-orc population.
How interesting.
Negan got
it's-
caught up in the moment.
He was like, "Listen here, you little shit!"
Yeah,
Oh
he did.
fuck.
You should sit here like taking a knee, talking to this kid, and like just like
Today, Neven
out
was
of
the
left
extra.
field. Neven was super
Yeah.
extra.
He was
All
All
right.
Might. Neven was All Might today. Never fear.
Yeah.
So you guys have got the wagon loaded up
All right.
with the
Loot.
Before
for the halfling people. Yeah.
before
Name's
the
Tolm. Yeah, Tolm.
before the boys leave, I tell them there is one last thing we need from you, and I hold out some
So-
blankets.
He stops on a toe and turns back. And what now?
I hold out some blankets and I tell them, we need your clothes.
Oh,
The two
Deva's
look
just
at,
I give-
like, you gotta be
I
fucking
give
look
happy.
at one
Berwin a
another
weird
and they
look.
say, "Are you
No,
mad? You gave us all this
you-
money and all this food. Now you're gonna freeze us to death on a trail."
Berwin,
Berwin, lad, I
their
don't need their clothes. I'll be fine. I'll be able to make it look just like their clothes.
I have a disguise kit.
They are, for the record, wearing very rags.
Yeah, I'm
I'm sure we can manage to cobble together some dingy clothes.
If we do need to give him, I do have a spare set of common clothes we could swap for him. You know?
Does anybody have an extra set of? Well, I have a set
Hey.
of fine clothes. I'm gonna give him my
I
fine
could
clothes.
give him. I'm about to say I could give him this set of fine clothes right here.
Well, yeah, that's
Why
what
are
I'm
you
saying.
giving him
rags.
fine clothes? Yeah, what are you doing?
Immediately
No.
starts unbuttoning a shirt.
Guys, that's my fine clothes.
I
What's up?
say,
I
love
no,
what's
wait,
happening.
Guys, you gotta,
Never
you gotta
mind,
hey,
never
hey,
mind.
guys, we
Hey,
have to
hold on.
be very conscious of speaking one at a time. I know Neven is once again trying to get in on this. What were you saying?
I'm giving him the clothes.
Okay, I gathered
clothes
that.
that I
I thought
put
you
up.
were trying to tell me something else. I'm sorry. I stopped the whole thing for that. Do we have another set of fine clothes here?
That's another thing I was asking. Does anybody else have that fine set to add?
Yeah, we were in the
I have-
I think Alf said he was donating one. Like we were getting there, man. You gotta like give us.
No, I
time.
think he.
But we need
No, I think
another-
he was saying the one that I put down that was donating. He said we can donate this one.
I don't think that's what I
Look.
was saying. But there's the.
You
sign.
mean
I have a
this
set of. Wait, no. Don't give him
No.
your fine clothes. Give him these common clothes. What's wrong with y'all? Those
I
fine
mean,
clothes are worth like more than the gold bars that we gave them. What do you?
Common clothes are not worth more than a gold. I mean, fine clothes are not worth
Fine
more than a
clothes?
gold bar, but okay.
I mean, still, like, look at that. That's like
yeah,
fucking.
yeah, fine. Give him the common clothes then. You fuddy-duddy.
They look at you very confused, and he says, "You're the strangest goddamn adventuring party I've ever heard of.
Yeah, well, we're the
I
Marauders,
doubt that.
boy.
What
Don't
do you want my
forget it.
clothes for?"
We're gonna stick him on the gnome. I mean, the halfling.
We gotta convince them.
I'm
look
like
at one another
shaking
and
my
they say,
head. I have a
Human-sized
disguise
clothes on a
kit.
half. They
I know
just
that's
confused as shit. I was like,
Kit.
what do you-
I
what do
don't
you-
know
what
they're
are you
talking
giving
about
them?
either.
Just give them. Look, I'm out. I'm done.
Get
I'm done figuring
to
that
the
shit
point,
out.
gentlemen. What are you giving them?
We're giving them these two sets of clothes for their clothes so that we can use them as disguise.
Gone.
Roscoe will be
Done.
the little kid. I'll be the big kid.
Jesus.
Okay, they take off their rags and exchange them for fine and common clothes, respectively, and then
And then
anything
they get the
else?
fuck out.
All right, and they head off on foot to the east. The younger brother's still sort of limping. Looks like he's got some lower back pain going on. Maybe some whiplash. His face is
A lot of
bruised,
confusion.
and he's
A
cleaned off
lot of
most the
confusion.
blood, but his face is just like purple. And they limp off into the distance to the east. Some breathing issues. Yeah, he sounds like.
Oh my god. Is that Padare?
Gross.
Was that Padare?
Yeah, he sounds like.
Yeah.
It. All right,
So-
so
I'm gonna
they,
look at-
they head off down. I mean, they walk with you to the road, and then they
And then they fuck off into the
say their
distance.
goodbyes, and they walk off to the east towards Flint.
See you in Flan, you little shits.
All right.
I'm gonna take a
Alright.
whiff of these.
That is not at all how I
close it.
expected that encounter to go, but that was fun.
Where?
I'm gonna take a whiff of these clothes and that have been doused in that shit pool, and be like,
I'm pretty sure I'm getting disconnected again, so.
so pull out my disguise kit and I'm gonna try and copy the clothes best I can without having to actually wear the smelly ass.
Don't you even
I
start
can
that
clean
now.
those, you know.
No, they need to be dirty.
Unfortunately,
I can
guys, we have to
sort
hit
of
this
clean them.
trail
Not
because
that dirty though.
we have to hit the trail back because this guy's going to be expecting it. They didn't come with rations, so they would have headed back right away. So we have
That's
to
true.
head back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's head back.
All right.
Okay, these
Before we
are
leave,
3 gold bars that someone gave me earlier to pad the chest with.
Oh yeah, throw them back in the party chest.
They're right there on the table.
They go back in the party chest.
So
so we still have all the copper, right? Yeah, 510. Okay.
Correct. It is all. I agree.
In the
said
cart.
It feels like being a member of the Peanut Gallery is almost as much fun as trying to play. I'm glad. I'm glad that the stream is enjoyable, Green. Thank you so much for continually coming by and checking us out.
Green, I'd like to point out that the Peanut Gallery probably knows as much as what's going on as the party does.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been here every week, yeah, you probably do know as much as they do. All right, wait. Is that a shot at me being too cryptic? Am I not
No,
doing
no,
well
I
enough?
mean, as in the party being absolutely chaotic, and half
exactly.
the time
Yeah.
none of us know what the fuck the other one's doing. Like the whole like, hey, I'm gonna do this, and then somebody's like, hey, I'm gonna do exactly counter that.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
talk to this young man. I'm gonna suplex him onto some thumbtacks.
Yeah, that exactly that. I'm having a nice civil conversation with this kid who's terrified of me. Fucking Kool-Aid man.
Hey, it's because you gotta use a whole.
A little good cop, bad
On that
wrestler.
note, that note, let's take a bathroom break again. We'll run a 60-second
Yeah, it's
commercial
good.
break and be right back.
Okay.
Be right back.
Should I put all these cards in the group chest, or did we divvy these up?
What cards? Oh,
The
the
weapons
gear?
and armors and stuff.
Put it in the group. Put it in the group chest for now. I mean, like we're selling all of them anyway. Like, so.
Yeah, I'm going to dress in the older brother's clothes because when we get there, I'm gonna alter myself to look just like him. Are we
Okay.
the only two here?
I think we are.
Oh, okay. I think it was Corwin who said he was gonna wear his clothes, but yeah, he's a dwarf, so you know.
Yeah.
I have magic to fix that so that I'm the best candidate for imitating him. And I guess Roscoe will be little brother. Might have to get some stilts or something, you know, but we'll just do like the perspective trick like in Lord of the Rings when the two are in the cart.
As long as we do like on I just need one of you to step up at some point and say, "By my floral bonnet, I will end you." Like from Firefly. Yeah.
By my pretty little bonnet.
That.
We got a bonnet? Maybe we'll have to save that for another time when we dress up as women.
Probably.
You know, we had an old campaign where I was a bard and I actually had to do that once. And I may have seduced a guard. We didn't go in the details, but
oh my lord.
yeah.
Hey, you guys want to hear the story? You guys want to hear the story about the time Neven came up with the perfect plan for an ambush and everybody ruined it?
And then
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, look, Naga's jumping up on the table. So, we were in a cave, and we set a 10 by 10 foot trap.
I'm cool with pausing the game for story time. Let's hear you. Let's
I'm
hear
back.
your side of it.
Oh.
Yeah, no. We got time.
Yeah, you. Let's hear your side of it. Come on.
So this amazing setup was made, a 10 by 10 foot trap where we're going to lure them in by their greed and get them to take away this chest and fall into this tied rope that we had set up. But people decided to start approaching and making noise and drew their attention, and then they got into a battle.
We had a trap set up to catch one person went into the cave.
Now
We had to close off their exit. We had to block off their exit. It was just an accident that I stepped on the crunchy gravel.
I think honestly,
Told you should have rode on my back.
I think with the exception of you guys getting spotted, which I mean, I had their passive perceptions at 10 and 12 respectively. So
You guys seriously
you
fucked
had to
up.
roll pretty low. But
It
there was
really
a chance
didn't look
there.
like they were falling for the trap anyway.
Yeah, no. From what you saw, they were expecting the. I mean, from what they told you, all the crates have always been closed, and they were. You know, his first thought was like, "Fuck, what's gonna happen when I show up with these crates open? They're gonna think I stole something out of it."
yeah.
But, okay, so you see where I placed this pawn, right?
Mhm.
Wait for my coffee pot to brew. But that's
Ooh,
the
coffee.
area-
That's a grand idea.
I know, right? That's going to be the entrance to the city that you will be coming in through, should you choose to follow the road. If you recall, your ship is here. So you've got a pretty good way to go through the lawless old
quarter.
city, as it were. Yeah, old common quarter.
So
Into the harbor district before you can even go across the test bridge over the river to get to the ship.
So option the first, fuck the road, go around this outside edge, like out here, to the river here, and send somebody through, like, I don't know, maybe Berwyn, to go get the boat, sail over to here, and load it up that way.
Rough
Question.
terrain.
Yeah, I don't know
Aren't we
that
going
that would
to
be...
just
Go ahead.
go ahead?
No, you.
Okay. Weren't we just bringing this to this guy? I mean, the
Yeah.
I
loot in
mean-
here isn't non-substantial, but we have most of it that's like worthwhile. And we had said earlier that that the people didn't have any rations, so he was expecting, you know what I mean, like a kind of swift trip.
Yeah.
I was just assuming we would leave it packaged and meet up with him.
Okay, well,
I mean,
so,
we're playing it straight.
all right, that works for me. Here's the thing, though. What are we going to do when we get there? Are we going to turn the crate over and try to follow him, or are we going to, like, wait till he goes to check the crate, assuming he checks the crate, jump out, elbow drop him in the face, and then interrogate him to find out what he does with the stuff? Like, how are we doing this before we get to it?
Well, The kid didn't know what was in the crate, so I don't imagine they check it in front of him.
I think that Berwin and Roscoe should be driving this because Roscoe is short like the kid, and Berwin is taller like the older brother. And then we can walk amongst the shadows on either side of the street.
Yeah, I mean,
I think maybe we could also put Ulf in the crate with him, since I doubt you're very sneaky.
We could all just load in the back of there under the tarps and just like make it look like we're part of the load.
And I agree. Once we drop it off, we should
as cube shaped as possible.
I mean, like hold a couple of
acrobatics check to squeeze into a crate.
Do a yoga check to hold the cube pose.
It's like those people that contortion themselves into those clear boxes.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly.
No.
But I do think once we meet him, we should try and restrain him and take him immediately, rather than. And I'm sure he's got like some kind of guard somewhere that we'll have to deal with.
Yeah.
But
I can't wait to see this halfling on halfling crime.
That almost sounded kinky.
I think that everyone else hanging back is the better idea. I mean, we don't know what area we're even going to. Is it like an isolated area? You know, like would the others be able to sneak in? You know.
Oh, by the way, the area that he described to you is kind of over here. So you do kind of know where you're going in the city. The question is, do you want to go drop all the loot off at the ship and bring an empty wagon, or do we want to bring the wagon full of loot and go deliver it?
We could load up one of the donkeys with the loot and in the bags we have, and then bring that to the ship, and then we could take the cart full of empty crates.
Here's the thing. I think I agree that he is
with one donkey.
Sorry, hang on, I got back in character. I agree that he's probably waiting on the boys to come back as quickly as possible. So, if we were to go take all the time to go through the whole town, unload all of our shit out of the cart, into the boat, and then go back across town to meet him, we would have to have a suitable excuse for why we were late. And I don't think the boys would have survived an attack by gnolls. And I don't believe that they could argue that, well, we escaped bandits who tried to rob your caravan and we had no, what conceivable story would we have for the boys surviving any kind of raid or anything that would take time away from their delivery and getting back? The flip side of that is we're going to beat the shit out of the guy anyway, so we really don't care. We could just tell him that, we took our time, and if he gets angry and attacks, we still kick the shit out of him. So there's that. Or we could just go there.
I think that Corwin would agree that this is leading the search towards what happened to his people, and he would want to find out. So I think that we should go directly to his fellow.
Like I said,
absolutely agree.
Play it straight. I don't think we have to worry too much about losing the loot. But
and do we even need to disguise ourselves and sneak in? Should we even be worrying about him worrying about the other people? Maybe we should just wait and just go straight over there as ourselves and just go find out what's going on.
Honestly, that's sort of what I was thinking, Cole. What we can do is those of us who are not going to pretend to be the boys can just go to the area and inconspicuously, sort of 1 by 1, 2 by 2, kind of wander into the area nearby and take up where we can see the clearing or whatever where the cart would end, and then the two on the cart would drive through.
That's a perfect idea. Let's do it.
I like it.
All right.
I'll send Pada with you.
Oh, thank you.
So for the record, during some of these planning sessions, I kind of turn myself off, so you'll have to update me with what you guys finally decided.
Okay, so what we're going to do is...
it's not on purpose, but it happens.
No, it's all good. It's all good. What we're going to do is those of us that aren't going to be the, older brother and the younger brother...
Okay, so two of you
are going to go
into...
yourselves. Yeah, we're going to go into that part of town, and we're just going to kind of mingle ourselves in and get vantage points of the area. prior, before the cart and everything arrives.
That way we're there.
Am I right,
Okay,
Alf?
so some of
Yes,
you are going
that
to go
was-
in on.
that
Yeah,
was
all
the
right.
plan.
So some of you are going to go ahead on foot and just mill about.
Yes,
We're gonna
and,
post
yeah.
up.
Gotcha.
And Pada
Exactly.
is going to be with us.
Gotcha.
How long does it take to get from the gate to there? About what you would think.
An hour, maybe?
I wouldn't even call it that much on a cart. Half an hour, maybe.
Okay.
I mean,
so-
I guess maybe between a half an hour and an hour.
So give us an hour to get there and get settled in and just be around so it doesn't look very suspicious, and then drive through.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Okay, so someone please put this pawn in the area where you're going to park the wagon while the others walk forward.
Right where it was.
Okay, you're gonna
Yeah.
park it right outside the city gate.
Yeah, like as they're coming, I don't assume that like they stop completely, but they'll like go slow and then like
Yeah,
we'll,
yeah,
like
just kind of
walk at a fast
make it to a
pace
trot
ahead
while
of
we move quickly ahead.
Okay, so
Yeah.
put your minis around in this area. Those of you who are getting off, anybody who's on the wagon is represented by the pawn. Anyone who's not with the wagon, go ahead and put your minis out, please.
All right, so we want to
Yeah, so I'm
stay
going-
ahead, but not.
No, just put them out in the area. It's really just for me to see who's in the wagon and who's not. So you can just put
Roscoe
your
and
minis
I
out
are in the
in this
wagon.
area,
Yeah, so we stay close enough to where like
Yeah.
yeah, instead of waiting the hour, I think it would be better if we stay relatively close enough to where we could be signaled by Pada and make it in time to help if something goes south.
Okay. and
Yes, I agree.
Where is Pada?
He's gonna be with us.
Okay.
I say we put him on Lucian's shoulder.
What?
Lucian,
No
Lucian.
way.
Probably
You
shouldn't
made
have
the
them out in
bad-
the open.
Yeah,
but
he really
But that
should
tried to
not.
bite me.
Yeah.
Berwin knows better than that. I don't think Berwin would subject him to public eye.
All right. Well then, who's got a cloak or something? If one of us can hide him under a cloak, well, I'll wear a cloak. He can hide under my cloak. I've got a. Yeah.
Okay.
I've got like a
you got
robe.
blanket.
Okay, so
That's like
Padar
a-
is taking up the same space as Alf, generally, right?
Mhm.
Hiding on Alf's
Yeah,
person. Okay, that's fine. And Roscoe and Berwin are on the wagon, right? Roscoe, give me some. Roll a disguise check for both you and Berwin.
Oh, that won't be necessary
Okay.
for myself. I have the alter self spell.
Nice.
I can
So
look exactly
Oh.
like the older brother and
Well, that's a
sound
good idea.
exactly like him. But for him, he is going to have to do that.
Deception, I think, would be what he's going for.
Well, I have a
He
disguise
has a
kit,
disguise
so
kit, so it would be his it would be a D20
proficiency.
plus
So,
proficiency. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So 14.
14.
Could he roll with advantage since he has the actual outfit of the kid?
Yeah. If
Yeah, sure.
somebody wants to. Okay. Oh well.
And you
yeah,
have luck
so
stones.
15.
Oh yeah, let me throw in a couple of luck stones.
Okay.
Here, throw in that 2 there.
Whatever gets you to at least
Grab
50.
that thing.
I'll throw it away.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so the objective and obvious reality. I'm assuming that the whole party is with you, right? Whenever you do the disguises.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
you're doing that all along the road on the way in. So the objective and obvious reality is that Clint's magical disguise far outclasses the one that you
Roscoe's.
put on yourself.
Yeah.
So do with that information what you will.
Yeah, be
Clint,
scarce.
Clint is believable. And again, you know this because everyone else is with you gathering their opinions. Berwin is believable, but Roscoe is a little bit flimsier under close inspection.
Especially next to such a perfect replica.
Right. So
Well,
do
to
with
be
that
fair,
information
too-
what you will, and you guys are traveling down. What?
Maybe the younger brother should be sleeping or something covered up, like just taking a nap.
The thing too is that the younger brother is new, so he has that going for him. So he won't have met the guy very many times, maybe just
I
once.
That's true too.
can deal with it.
Berwin, you're gonna have to do the talking. You're gonna have to talk like that guy talked. A lot.
Like a lot of "fuck you, little man."
One of
I
his
probably wouldn't want to
characteristics
tell my
has-
boss that.
Yeah, I mean that is fair, but one of his characteristics is that he does not particularly like halflings. You've definitely established that much.
Aggressively so.
Yeah. But again, you know, I mean, this person that you're going to meet up with is his employer, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are driving this wagon. By the way, how are you disguising the load in the wagon?
Didn't you have
is it
burlap
under the
sacks?
burlap?
Yeah.
I don't know. Not if you don't tell me you're putting it under the burlap.
Yeah,
No,
we
it's
put
not.
Well,
we
yeah.
covered
So-
it with the burlap.
The general plan was to put the valuable goods at the bottom and put the crates with the rocks and stuff on top. That way, if anything happened, like the stuff we were worried about would be less likely to be kind of exposed to whatever. And then
Okay,
cover the
now-
whole thing with
See,
burlap.
now you're raising even more questions. I need that explained pretty specifically too. Did you guys put all the bars individually on the wagon and then crates of rocks on top of them?
I assume we had everything like it normally
Oh,
was.
okay.
Okay, so make
Yeah.
a
Yeah, I thought that we had it. I thought that it was all
Because
just
we're
going to
playing
be.
it straight.
We weren't going to have any crates of rocks because
okay.
they were, or the,
Oh, that was
or
my
the
fault then.
bars.
Yeah.
That was my bad. I didn't realize we had changed that. So okay,
I
yeah,
don't
no.
realize what's going on either, so I just need a final word from somebody.
So it's
You're right.
just a load under burlap.
The
Okay,
regular
Exactly.
load.
in the crates, just like it was
Yeah.
when you found it.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So
Well-
you guys are.
Minus the gold and silver, because I think we all individually pocketed
Yeah.
that.
Oh
We
yeah,
did
no,
take that.
Yeah.
it's a little
I-
coins.
I got you.
Okay.
That's a minor detail, but yeah, I do remember that. Okay, so you guys are painfully aware of eyes, you know, from the shadows upon you as you roll this wagon through town. You guys are milling out around outside of this place, so you get to you run out ahead of the wagon. And you are you sticking together? Are you spreading out in different alleyways? What
Sorta.
is you guys' plan?
We're within. I want to stay within eyesight of like these three, where I can kind of see them. But
Exactly.
that it doesn't look like I'm with them. Like I can look across the way and see Corwin kind of milling about on that side, and I can look
Okay.
down the road here and see Lucian, and if I lean around the corner, I can see Neven. You know,
Okay,
kind
so
of.
everybody physically, what are the four of you doing? One at a time, obviously. But what are you guys doing to avoid looking suspect? What do you know? Like, there's people out on the street. There's really shady-looking characters. This is obviously a very, very, very like all of the old quarters are very, very bad parts of town. There are very shady-looking characters in various busted-out ghetto buildings and.
All kind of people.
Milling around in alleyways. So what are you guys
lifts-
doing to avoid detection?
Oth lifts his holy symbol in the air. Listen, you all. The veil between life and death, and he just goes into this spiel about tending to the veil and
Give me a
paying it
performance
easy.
check. Give me a wisdom performance check, please.
That's going to be plus wisdom, so that's 17. Well, if I do performance, yep, so 17.
Okay, so wisdom plus performance, 17 total. So, those of you who are around that area, you notice that, you hear Alth start to shout,
Oh, and I turn on my gem to look better.
apocryphal, teachings out in the middle of the street, like a crazed. I'm at a loss for words here. Evangelist. That's the word.
There we go.
There you go.
So a
Zelda.
lot of the attention from the urchins and the people that are just milling around, just kind of looking for trouble, their attention is kind of focused on Alth. So no one's paying a lot of attention to the rest of you. But what are the rest of you doing? The Zealot, yeah. There you go. Corwin, Lucian, and Neven, what are you guys doing while you wait?
Lucian is
I'm
going
gonna
to find it. Go ahead, Coleman.
No, okay. I'm going to use my armor's ability and appear to have like beggar's clothes, and then I'm just going to post up and start begging.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So along the
I was
way,
gonna ask for you to go
Corwin's
accompany him.
clothes change to rags, similar to what the two young men were wearing. He sits down against the large wooden warehouse, single-story flat roof warehouse that is, as far as you can tell, Tolm's place of business or living, or you're not sure, but this is the place that the youngman sent you to. So Corwin sits right outside of the building and starts to beg for change. Lucian.
Lucian is going to find a group of like 3, maybe 4 shady-looking people with his mask on, looking shady himself, and he's going to make jabs at like Alf preaching to these people because surely they're not into it either. You know what I mean?
Lucian just walks up to a group of people and starts hating on Alf. Neven, what about you, man?
Fucking drinking your haterade at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, I'm blending in, man.
Neven, what about you? That's actually the best you've seen Lucian blend in this whole time. Sorry.
About being a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's a dick sometimes.
Sorry, Neven.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Neven finds a old bottle on the ground, sits on a stoop, and just tries to get the last drop out of that bottle.
Okay.
The drunkard.
All right.
Drunk.
All right, gotcha. So you guys are there for about, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes just doing what you're doing. And the wagon rolls up slowly down the road. They're obviously the subject of a lot of attention as they roll by, but no one seems particularly adamant about waylaying them. So they, you guys pull up to the outside of the building that you were, what you assume is the building that you were directed to, and there's like a small wooden door. It's nondescript. There's no sign or anything. It's just a wooden door out front. There's some windows that are boarded up, and there's like a wide sort of sliding barn door on one side. So when you're facing the building on the left, there's like this wide, double doors that like slide in half kind of barn doors, right? And then there's some boarded up windows in between, and then on the far right hand side of the building is a regular, entrance door.
Okay, I think they'd probably want us to go around to the barn door.
Okay, you hear a familiar voice, just spouting off again apocryphal teachings to some bewildered-looking bandit type people in the street. So you're walking over. Are you pulling it up to? Who's driving, by the way? Berwin, right?
I am.
Okay, Berwin.
Yes,
I need a land vehicles check, please.
Ooh. Ooh.
So that's just flat because I don't have proficiency.
Yes.
It's a 17.
17. All right. So
Nice.
Berwin
Nicely
is
done.
surprisingly adept at driving the wagon, and he pulls it up to. You guys are pulling it up to the loading bay door, as it were.
Yeah.
The barn door. Okay. So the wagon stops at the barn door, and the two riders continue to sit.
We don't see anyone ready to take a load from us.
Does anybody remember how they did the handoff?
Did he tell us about that?
Never asked.
I asked that question.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember I had asked, tell us about your interactions with them and how you do the handoff and where you meet them.
Yeah, he did actually.
Did
ask
he?
that.
Okay, I forgot to answer it then. They usually just knock on the door, and they send one to knock on the door, and he opens the loading bay from the inside because it's locked.
Okay,
All right,
I'm gonna
then that is
hop
what I'm
down
gonna
and go knock on the door since you're driving.
Okay, so the rest of you watching, you see the shorter of the two drivers hops down and walks over to the main entrance door and knocks.
And I'm gonna kind of hide my face a little bit.
Okay. He knocks on it, and Roscoe, the door opens up, and you are sort of eye level with another. Give me a perception check, actually. Listen to
You like
man.
that?
It's a
I'll
halfling and
remember
he's
the-
drunk.
That's 21.
Okay. He's actually looks like he's wearing a wig.
Oh
But-
snap!
It's a short halfling, and he opens the door and he looks at you under the robe and he says, "Yeah."
Oh, we got the package from the thing. Dropping it off.
He
I
looks
start
at you.
turning around, going back to the wagon.
He looks at you again and he says, "I need a 20." Where the hell did all the dice go?
So, Roscoe's playing as Roland, the younger brother, or is it Conrad?
Roland.
Roland is the
I'm
younger
Roland,
brother, yes. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And he looks at you and he says, "Roland?" Suspiciously.
Oh, Roland got sick.
Roland got sick.
Talk to Conrad.
Okay, he's
I
now
say,
immediately on guard, and he just peeks his head out of the door and he looks at Conrad and he makes a okay. So how does alter self work? Do they have any chance to resist it or anything
I
like that?
think the only thing is that it is it's concentration. So if I have to make a save for some reason,
Okay,
but
so
other than
there's
that,
no, like,
there's no
illusion
other
save or anything?
saves. No, it's not an illusion. I literally physically alter myself.
Okay, so he looks out of the door and he makes eye contact with you, Berwin, and he says, "Conrad, what's going on here?"
I say, "Oh, just ignore him. He's being an idiot.
And he looks
Come
back-
over here. Get in the cart."
He looks back at
Alright.
Conrad, or he looks back at Roland. Give me a persuasion check, Berwin.
Earbud.
Ooh, an 8. An 8.
Oof.
Do you have anything to burn?
I actually
turns.
yes. Let me
Quick.
use my luck crystal and make that a 15.
Okay. All right. So he looks suspicious at first, and then
Shit.
and he looks back at Roland, and he reaches out like he's gonna pull the hood off, like he's gonna pull his hood back, and then he turns to you and he just whatever, and he turns back to you and he says, "How did it go?" Any different from normal?
We're a little it's a little late, but just maneuvering the crates and stuff. And this guy, not as helpful as some of the others we've had in the past, but no real troubles.
He says, "I thought he was your brother."
He is. This
He
guy,
seems-
yeah.
He
He's my
seems
brother.
a little confused, and he says, "It doesn't sound like you want your brother to keep his job."
Oh, I mean,
He always hated me. He always hated me.
brothers. Always.
Isn't he a bit
each
shorter than
other.
I remember?
I don't know. I
Like
don't
in a
know how
magnitude of
tall
a
he
few
was.
feet. Yeah.
Yeah, he is pretty short.
So
Talking about-
he says, "You wait here," and he goes back inside the door and he slams it behind him, and he's inside for several minutes. He leaves you out. What are the rest of you doing? Corwin, Lucian, even Alf?
While preaching, I find somebody that's walking that direction, and I sort of follow at a distance behind them, and occasionally indicate them as the
Alright.
source of woe for someone.
Okay. Give me another performance check.
All right.
The rest of you think about what you're gonna do, if you're doing anything different.
I'm just gonna move my way down the street, hoping to time it perfectly when the gate opens for the cart, and maybe slip my way in if I can cast invisibility in time.
25.
Okay. Yeah. No, Corwin. There's absolutely a little alleyway that you can duck off into and cast your spell. These
Okay.
blocks are not solid city blocks. There's alleyways and little buildings and stuff mingled in.
Corwin, at this level, I believe you could cast it on 2, if you wanted to cast it on one of us as well.
Yeah, I'll do that.
At least for me, if I cast it at a higher level, I'm not sure how it works for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Niven, you and I'll just hang together. If you want to go invisible, if it, you know.
Okay, so Corwin,
Hey,
you're
I do want me to
casting
join you.
invisibility on both you and Neven, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to start traveling with Corwin. I'm going to follow his lead.
This camera is being a pain in the ass today.
Because you have it on the other side. Usually face the other way.
Lucian's just out there slandering out still.
No, I'm actually gonna
Heckling.
ask my new little group of friends, like how often this card comes in and what do they think's in it. Kind of inquire about, you know what I mean, the card and then the business that it's going into.
Are you about to encourage people to try to rob us in mid job?
I might.
They kind of turn to you. They've been sort of joking back and forth with you about how crazy Alf is, and they say, you know, he said you must be new around here.
Yeah, I am there around here.
And those of us who have spent time in Zinto Keep learn to mind our own business, mate.
Whoa.
You about to get
Fair
shit.
enough.
He says, you see that? He says, you see that wagon out in the street?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't.
Dang. Lucian kind of nods, understanding. He's like, "That's fair. That's
Okay.
fair."
So after about 2 or 3 minutes, Berwin or Neven, did you want to do anything different? Did we get to you?
I'm following suit.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going with Corwin.
Okay, so I guess Corwin and Neven start to make their way invisibly towards the
Across the street from the
the loading bay door.
Yes.
And you guys hear some shuffling from the inside. There's like a bolt being thrown aside and some sort of loud kind of creaking sound as one of the doors slides to the side. And he says, Oi, Roland, get the other door.
All right. So hop down and get the other door, I guess.
All right, Roland hops down off of the cart, and slides the other door open along its trail or its railing. And Berwin, I need another land vehicles check. It's kind of a tight turn to get it in there. It's not a whole lot of space on the inside of the
13.
room either. Okay, so with a 13, you do manage to. What's going on with my games? With a 13, you manage to pull the wagon into the shop. Corwin and Neven are also sneaking in invisibly, correct?
Correct.
All
Yep.
right, give me some stealth checks for both of you.
Any D20s? There we go.
But yes.
16.
Can you do me a favor and
16.
Yeah, 16.
What is that? 8. And let's see. Still 6, 8.
I still have Pada, and I'm kind of paying attention to what's going on.
I'm going to use this luck crystal and bring it up to a 17.
Ooh.
Okay, nice.
We are burning some luck crystals today.
That's
Oh.
what they're there for. As a matter of fact, I need to give you guys some more because that whole thing in the cave was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was expecting a couple. I didn't get none.
Hey, don't be greedy.
I need to be greedy. I burned them all last week.
Yeah, I burned a couple to save a couple of you
Yeah, me
by
too.
ditching some rolls.
Okay, hold on. What the fuck? Dude, my game is being so weird today. I don't know if it's lag or because I have to have
You know what it is?
Firefox window open for the chat.
It's
I'm not sure
Saturday.
which is
That's
which.
why.
Yeah, it's because the server hasn't crashed, so
Ah.
it throws everything off.
Oh,
Well, we're supposed to
boy.
play all day sessions on Saturday. What'd you get, Berwin?
I got a 7.
Damn.
A +7.
Oh, you
please-
got a +7. I thought you rolled something.
Yeah, they go
I was
up to
about to
plus
say-
10. The plus 10s are like 1 in 160 or something like that. Okay, so, Corwin, what did you get on your stealth roll? 17.
17.
17. Okay, so you manage to sneak your way in. You kind of drag your foot along a rock as you go, because your initial roll was pretty low, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you managed to drag your foot across a rock as you enter in, and the halfling that's helping them to get the old halfling that's helping them to get the stuff in or the wagon in. He kind of turns and looks towards you for just a second, and then he shrugs and he says, "Close the doors, boys."
Don't breathe.
Come on,
Okay.
Roland.
But the both of you are inside, seemingly undetected.
Okay,
for the most
awesome.
part.
Just gonna
Okay,
kind
well-
of.
He's looking at at Conrad and Roland like, "You gonna close the fucking door?"
Yeah. Okay.
Roland,
Closing the door.
get
Thank
to
you.
it.
They closed the
Closing
door.
the door, boss.
Boss.
Okay.
El Jefe.
I guess Conrad is still sitting in the wagon.
I'm still kind of. I've wandered into where I could.
I'm
I'm
talking
like,
about. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Berwin is playing Conrad
Yeah.
right
Mhm.
now. Have you gotten up and closed the door? Can you hear me at all?
I told Roland to.
Oh, okay. So I got you. So Conrad sits up on top of the wagon, and Roland closes one door, and Roscoe.
I'll close one at a time.
Closes one
Yeah.
door, and then he walks all the way around and closes the other door in typical little brother fashion. So, the halfling with the white hair, he's got like some big fat lips and a big fat nose, and these little square glasses and a mustache that sticks like straight out in front of his face. And he,
Wilfred Brimley.
yeah, kind of like Wilford Brimley, actually. So he motions for you to get down off of the cart and follow him over into the other room.
All right.
I'm gonna try to sneak in
Goes
with
through,
them
like, a
if that's
saloon door
possible.
That kind of swings back and forth as he goes through it.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough. But I'm gonna try it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm following suit.
All right. Are the other two going as well?
I'm tagging along with
Yeah.
Okay, so
Conrad.
I'm assuming that they can kind of give you a little bit of assistance with the door if you whisper to them. But I'm going to need an acrobatics check to scoot through that door while it's swinging. With
Okay.
advantage if you can think of a way to get either Berwin or Roscoe to help you without drawing attention to yourself.
So they're
I can,
are
but I'm
they
not in
like
there.
are they like full swinging doors or they're like half like saloon doors?
They're low for a halfling, so
Okay.
for a normal sized person, you kind of have to walk through them or jump over it, I guess. Either way.
Well, either way,
acrobatics.
like I'm gonna like kind of hold them open, letting little brother through,
Mhm.
and then kind of,
Okay, well, the
nod
other two are
quickly,
invisible and haven't said a
come
word
through,
to
yeah.
you yet, so they're
I
still
will.
gonna
I
have to
kind of
make a roll.
nod, very strongly, like, hurry up.
Who are you talking to?
I hesitate. Like I
Yeah,
hesitate.
You guys
'cause
don't
that's-
even know that they're invisible inside of the
Yeah.
inside
Oh,
of the
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
never
gonna
mind.
I'm
They
gonna
never
try
mind.
to
have
get
not said a
myself
word
as
to you
close
yet.
to.
Never mind. Then we just go through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I said they can get advantage on that acrobatics roll if they can think of a way to let you know that they're there without drawing enough attention to themselves. See what I'm saying? It's like a mini skill check, right? Come on,
Yeah.
man, be creative, play,
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, that's you guys then.
Either of you that's invisible.
I'm
come on, man.
oblivious.
I was going to just rely upon my acrobatics at the
Okay.
time, but as a skill check, what I could do is I could use I could try to get as close to Berwin as possible, and use stealth to whisper to him that we are there to hold the door just a little longer.
Okay, that's perfect. So, Berwin, you hear a soft voice that sounds like like Corwin, saying exactly what he just said.
Now let's see how soft it was.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Roll
a
it
Yes,
with
ASMR.
advantage, by the way, because he's
Your ear
already in the other
tickled.
room.
So 14. So that's a 20 right there,
Yeah,
or
that's fine.
a 19. So
Tolm seems
I definitely did it.
none the wiser. But
Oh,
Berwin,
God.
you do hear that voice. You do get the message. So the rest of you roll that acrobatics check with advantage to squeeze through the door, please.
Ooh. Acrobatics.
I'll take the advantage, thank goodness. Oh, what do I got? Oof.
Looks like 716 to me.
Yeah. It's a good roll.
19.
Oh! How's that possible?
I don't know. What'd you get on your advantage roll?
19.
19. And Corwin?
What do I have? 12.
It's probably.
I'm gonna go ahead and burn this and make it a 13.
Okay, 13 total. 13's the total.
Yes.
Okay, so Corwin once again kind of bumps his shoulder on the door, but not enough. Only enough for Berwin to really notice that there are two. Well, there's at least one invisible person bumbling around in here.
Yeah.
Neven
That's me.
skillfully just kind of makes it through with no problem. So there's in the other room, there's just like a small desk, some chairs. There's like an ashtray with a cigar smoking in it. There's like a book, like a ledger book, on the desk. There's like a quill pen and some ink. There's a few drawers. The windows that face out, you can see the normal entrance door that leads back out into the street. There's a window on either side of it that's all boarded up. They're boarded up on both the inside and the outside. And he motions for you to take a chair, and he says, "Good job, boys. It looks like." He looks in his ledger, and he says, he mumbles to himself. He says, 5 crates, 5 crates. Marks it down. He makes a check mark. He opens up a drawer. He pulls out a stack of gold coins, and he counts out a pile, and he counts out another pile, and he says, "How'd it go, boys? I need the details."
Oh, like I said, went pretty smooth. We're a little late just because of logistics loading everything up. But,
He looks up, and he says, "Honestly, you made better time than I expected."
Oh, well. If you say so.
So he's writing
I'll
some
take
more
that as a
things.
compliment.
He thinks about it for a moment, and he says, "I suppose." And he goes back to his book. He's kind of writing out a little bit, and then he puts the two piles of gold coins, one in front of each of you, and says, "Well, there's your payment, boys. Thank you for the work. And, I'm assuming I'll be seeing you in a few weeks."
Yep, just give us the word. We'll be around.
Thank you,
Alright.
sir.
I grab my share.
There's 15. It's 30 gold in total. Does somebody have a stack of 15 gold I can copy and paste?
I might.
Or look, I'll copy this. That's 28.
I do have a stack of
Ooh, where'd
15,
that come
actually.
There you go. I split it.
That's fucking 14.
There you go. That's 15 that goes to Berwin. 15 that goes to Roscoe. And he says, "All right, boys, if you will, I've got work to do."
All right.
All right. And so yeah, we need to start heading out now, yeah. And let the invisible guy.
Oth walks over to the loading door and then, like, standing outside and starts screaming, This den of iniquity, this evil place. The veil is so thin here from all the bloodshed and pain."
The people in the street look at one another. Look at you kind of confusedly. They're like,
I reach over and
What?
bang on the door really loud, like slam my hand into the door.
"All
If
right."
only we knew
All
what
right, so-
kind of depravity.
At about the same time, the front door opens, and 2 poorly dressed street urchin young men walk out into the street. What are those of you who are invisible doing? Are you still inside of the office?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to still be inside the office? That's what I'm asking. Like, are you going
Is
out?
Tom
with him, or do you
still
wanna
in the
stay
office, or did Tom walk out?
Tom is still looking over his book and recording things. working on
Okay,
stuff
well,
and
I
stuff.
think now would probably be the time for us to drop invisibility, take him unawares, and get some answers.
I'm down for it.
I see the two walking out of the front door, and I walk over to that door, and I go to shove my way in.
As like Lucian sees the commotion going on in the front, he's gonna like bid adieu to his companions and like try and find a way through this alley to the back of the building.
Okay, so Lucian disappears off the side road into an alleyway. The rest of you are standing out into the street. Alf, you are suddenly going to try to push your way through the door?
Well, yeah, because the two just walked out the front door, so my line of thinking is that's where he's gonna be at, and I figure if I push my way in, I'm kind of getting in on the interrogation slash
Okay, so
potential fight.
So as they step out and you step in, he looks up at you again. He's a very short halfling. He's got a big nose, little square glasses, squinty eyes, and big fat lips, and a white bushy mustache that like sticks out directly in front of his face. And he looks up at you and he says, "Are you here for work? Who are you?"
No, I'm here for answers.
Answers.
Yeah, that cart.
He leans back in his chair, squeaks, and he says, "Answers to what?"
I know where that cart came from, and I want to know where it's going.
And he laughs at you and he says, "What business of yours is my business?"
Alf goes ahead and he chuckles. It's my business because the gnolls in that cave have business with my employer.
He sits forward in his desk at this point and puts his elbows on the table and he says, "Knowles."
Yeah, don't pretend like you didn't know. They knew you were coming.
Knowles where? Says, "First of all, who are you?"
Who I am's none of your concern, little man.
He continues
It's
to
a
stare at you. He's waiting.
It's a simple question. Tell me where the cart goes, where the goods are going. All right.
Why should I?
It's the fastest
He
way
says,
to
"I do have that information, but selling out my clients is not a great way to do business, especially in an area such as this."
Who said you had to sell them out? Maybe
He leans
you
back in his chair.
were
He
robbed.
looks interested. He's like,
Maybe you were robbed. Maybe you left the room and that information was found, along with possibly a few gold, maybe a gold bar. That accidentally just kind of dropped out of the shipment.
Can me and Corin post on each side of Tom, like stay invisible?
"Sure. Give me a stealth check."
Okay.
I mean, if you fail these stealth checks, I'm totally playing that up as an intimidation, just so you know.
Go for it. Yeah. I think that
If you fail, don't
you
fail.
got to put in position. Yeah.
You got a 19. That would be a 25.
I rolled a 5.
Damn it.
I figured it'd be good to post up. Sorry. All right, keep going.
It's real simple. Take a cheap deal. Yeah, I'll throw in a gold bar. You leave the room after indicating where this information is, or just give me the information and we pretend you didn't. Or,
Hand out a lot of
and
gold bars.
I mean, I'm not spending money on anything. I don't give a shit. Or, and since I'm assuming, or we get more complicated.
He looks rather confused and he says, "Is this in reference to the shipment that Roland and Conrad just delivered?"
Yeah, it is.
He says, what concern is it of yours? He says, it's a simple pickup and delivery.
Who's it delivering to? Those gnolls?
He says, again, with these gnolls, I have no idea what you're referring to. Again, for us, it's a simple pickup and delivery job. Roland's been back and forth to that cave for weeks now. You know.
Conrad has not, Roland.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Conrad's been back and forth to that cave for 6 weeks or so now. So there's never been any issues before. I've never bothered to check what's inside the shipment. That's a part of the deal. We deliver the crates intact and closed. We receive our payment.
Well, what you need to know is that cave was owned by a small tribe of gnolls. So where you've been picking them up is part of a larger problem. I'm trying to keep you out of that problem by you simply telling me where this shipment goes. They don't have to know that I found out from you. They just need to know, or I just need to know where it goes.
He leans back in his chair and he looks like he's considering. And roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
Are you telling him the truth?
Yes. I'm really trying to not complicate matters by telling him how I know and how I'm getting around to looking.
If you are telling him the truth, as far as like, you know, just step out, give me the information, and you'll never hear from us again. If that's like the truth that you're telling him, roll it at advantage.
All right. Oof. All right. So 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 total.
I'm gonna blow this +4, make it 16.
16, okay. He sits back and he thinks a bit. And he says, 1 gold bar, eh?
1 gold bar. Oh, and I'll take the shipment for you, if that works.
What?
You tell me where the shipment goes, and I'll do the further delivery.
It waits here.
Oh, does it?
It waits
Fine.
here for the pickup.
That's all I need to know then. Then it'd be, 1 gold bar. You tell me everything you know about where this goes, who gets it, whatnot.
That's not what you said a moment ago, mate. I even watched you roll advantage because you said you would tell me the truth.
Ah, shit, you're right. I did. Then 1 gold bar. You tell me the information I asked for, and I leave you be.
Make it 2. And I suppose I could step out for a coffee.
I think 1's more than generous. A whole gold bar for you to just say a couple words and then
for me to risk my life.
Your life?
For me
You're
to
risking
sell
your
out.
life
For
now.
me to sell out my clients. For me to risk my life and my business.
You're risking both right now.
Is that so?
Yeah, Off pulls the flail out and just lets the head the triple ball head kind of tumble to the floor. It's real simple. You take 50 gold, say a couple words, and we both walk away happy. Or, like I said, this gets a lot more complicated.
You kill me to get the information you need out of me.
Oh, no. You seem to be confused and laboring on the idea that I'm just going to kill you. When I'm done, you'll wish I had just killed you.
Roll an intimidation check.
Oh.
Y'all call me evil.
I mean, I tried to just pay my way through.
But Neven can't smash skulls, okay.
On a child.
I didn't say Neven couldn't do a goddamn thing. We went right along with that just in case you didn't notice.
Shit. 12.
12 on your intimidation?
Yeah.
He kind of grins at you and he says, nah, I think 2 gold bars is a perfect price.
Shit. Now I'm kind of stuck. Hang on.
Don't tell me you
Says,
gave away all your
and my
gold
dear
bars.
Dragonborn, lest you forget where you are, I have many allies in the shadows outside of this building. He looks at you very coldly. Roll an insight check.
Shit. God damn it! It's fucking dice. 8.
Okay, you have no idea if he's telling the truth or not, but he definitely has the air of someone who is not intimidated. Does you guys Google
You know what?
Hangouts keep freezing? There we go.
No.
I don't know. I haven't
Nope,
been looking at
mine's
it.
fine.
Can I whisper in his ear in Oth's voice with that dragon raspy voice? I'm in front of you and alongside you. I am everywhere as well.
Okay, give me
There we go.
performance first, right? Because you're trying to sound like
Intimidation
Alf.
Oh, okay.
Give me a performance roll,
All right. I'm going for
which
it.
is
Let's see.
significantly less important than the intimidation roll that you're going to make next. But just for the hell of it, let's see how much like Alf you actually sound.
Okay, so it's at a +5.
That boy can perform.
And I'm throwing in this. That's going to be 11. All right. Throwing in a coin. A luck to make it 11.
Oh.
Oh.
I didn't see what you guys did.
Okay, so when you get close to his ear and you whisper, you actually do a passable Oth impersonation.
Oh my god.
Like to someone who wouldn't know Oth, yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah.
But he turns, he kind of like jumps, right? Like, whoa, and then he turns back and he looks back and forth on either side of him, and he looks back at Alf and he says, "Are you going to continue with these parlor tricks, or do we have a deal?"
No, you're not getting another gold bar. It's this or it's pain.
He sits back and he cracks his knuckles and he says, "Well, I suppose it's pain then."
I stride forward and I swing a flail at him. I'm hitting. Fuck it. Look. There's no way for me to back out of this. And like,
I understand.
Me and Barwin walked out, right?
Yeah, y'all are out in the street. The
Yeah.
kids are gone. You were supposed to weasel information out of him, but you just left.
You just took your money and takes that.
Yeah, you just took the money and walked out. So like, as I see you walk out, I'm like, oh well, shit's not going the way it's supposed to. I guess.
I mean,
We
like,
saw.
you didn't ask them what. Then now that you mention it, you really kind of didn't ask them what they had gleaned. But yeah, no, they totally didn't ask shit. Like they didn't ask any questions whatsoever. So just give me a minute because I was not prepared for this.
I'm not. To be fair, I'm not trying to kill him. I am just trying to hurt him.
Oh yeah, but.
To be fair,
Shit.
Hold on a minute.
they went to the store to get milk and did not come home with milk.
I was legit not
After Alf busted the door open, we sat outside and heard some commotions and like, yeah. Why do our plans never go as...
I was not expecting to fail an intimidation check. I have a +6 to intimidation, man. Like, that's...
Alright, so we're gonna... I'm at least gonna head back into the thing.
Okay.
The door's off its hinges now.
Hey, and did I ever find another way in as I went around the building?
Actually, I was going to get to you momentarily. Lucian.
Okay, that'll work.
It works out. Just give me a minute. Okay, so
That'll
we have
work.
a new NPC. Its name is going to be Tome. Okay.
Yep.
And a new one. And its name is going to be.
I'll have to see what happens when you try to negotiate. You don't negotiate a terrorist.
Listen, you do. It just comes to tears. Like,
Hey guys, I hate to do it, but I just got called out for another snow shift. I'm gonna have to go.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
all right.
All right,
All right,
dude.
man.
Be safe.
All right, Rocket Man. Somebody take over my character for this next little battle, man. See y'all next week.
All right.
Be
All
safe,
right.
guys.
See you, man. Do you guys want to do this, or do we want to?
Speaking
wait
of,
for,
yeah,
for someone to do that?
how long were
Yes.
we gonna keep playing? I
I
know
mean, we
some
can.
people have stuff to do.
I'm ready for a battle.
Me lunging at Torm could be a good stopping point.
That could be a good stopping point.
Yeah.
It is. That's
Okay.
why I'm asking. We had also intended to stop playing at 4. It's now 4:30. So if you
Yeah.
guys want to put this off until next time.
Smoking game, guys. Super fun. Later, guys.
All right. Good
Yeah,
night.
that way I-
Later, man.
I'm not gonna complain if we stop here, so I can process how
Cliffhanger.
badly I fucked that up. Because I did, man. I took that
prevents me
pooch
from
and I
having to
fucked
just
it.
come up with this battle on the fly too, because I wasn't really.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't.
Yeah,
really,
let's do
like I
that.
told you, I was woefully underprepared for this week because of Christmas and everything, but I wasn't expecting that to happen.
So if to be fair, I wasn't either. Again, I don't usually fail stuff that involves charisma.
All right. Well, that was a good game. Let's
Yep.
go ahead and pull these moves off the board. Clear it off. I've got a good idea where we're at. This will give me an opportunity to build this battle, and we can pick this up next week. Now, I know this coming Tuesday is New Year's Eve. Green said that moment when you know you done fucked up. So this coming Tuesday is New Year's Eve, so we aren't going to be playing then. Do you guys want to play again next Saturday, or you want to wait until the following Tuesday?
I
Do
don't
people
know.
have stuff Tuesday?
What's that?
Do people have plans for Tuesday? I'm looking at my schedule.
I have
now.
plans for next
I
Tuesday
sure-
because it's New Year's. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
next Saturday, I might be available for a couple hours. We can find out later in the week, or just go to the following Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm definitely good the following Tuesday. I think that Saturday I'd be all right too. I'll have to double check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep the conversation going in
Yeah.
Discord. If you guys want to join us on Discord, there's our link. Getting to have a pretty active little D&D community there.
Yeah.
I think
Love to have you
Green
join
is
us.
still watching. I think we should extend once again a chance for Green to come role play with us on the Discord.
Yeah,
You know, he's been
absolutely.
Yeah,
following
There's
quite
a
bit.
roleplay channel, and the regular rank and above on Discord have permissions to participate. I mean, you can. I don't. I mean, it's just there for fun. Make up a character, play the same character, play different characters. I
Just
don't know.
pop in and out
Yeah.
of the story.
Harass them as NPCs. It can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. Just you are all the characters we aren't in RP.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh
You could
god,
ping.
that could
You
make
could ping
things so
at the D&D
complicated.
party.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. You could ping at the D&D party, and we'll see who's there and available to come in and chat. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun plan.
Yeah, we got some new members on the Discord this week too, as well as some new likes on the Facebook page. So shout out to all of you guys if any of you happen to be watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate it, guys.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Thank you all for coming by, and we'll start up next week with let's see who's inside. It's Outh, Corwin, and Neven are
Yep.
inside of the office.
And Lucian is working on sneaking in.
Everyone else is
Yep.
outside in the front street, aside from Lucian, who's now around the back. And there's another boarded up window back here. I'll get to that. All right. Well, thank you guys, and I guess have a good night. Good
Yeah, good night,
rest of
guys.
your Saturday.
All right, everybody.